starting tomorrow. No, today. No, what's the word? Still help me out here.
Yesterday.
Yes. Oh God, that's high expectations. How about now? What's up, everybody? It's week 4. We're at Long Beach. It's also March 28th, according to that poster that you're all looking at. That's really good info. I forget what day it is sometimes. Welcome, welcome. Going to be an interesting one tonight. Silk was telling me this is actually his personal favorite track. Tell
Is
me more
it?
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. He's like, I know that thing.
Um,
Those are words. There's a fountain. Look at the
yeah.
fountain. Isn't that cool?
No, the track map, right? I saw the track map and I was like, "Oh, is this Wreckfest? Nice. I like this track."
he's like, wait, did they go both ways in the same part of the track? I'm like, no, we're not doing like suicide races trying to run into each other. Oh, well, it's gonna be a fun time tonight. Very close quarters, lots of crazy stuff going on. But let's check out the race info here real quick and just kind of take a look at everything. So currently 64 degrees Fahrenheit. That's American units there. Clear skies, low wind, and there's that track map that Will was talking about, where the part there in the mid left side there looks like they share track with each other and just go oncoming. So that could be fun. That's not the case though, but trust me, it's going to be crazy enough without cars heading head on. It's probably going to be even more crazy than that, believe it or not. So yeah, looking forward to that tonight. And as the normal race notes here, so we are winding down the last 10 or so minutes of the 1 hour practice. Next will be a 10-minute 3-lap qualify session. And then from the qualifying session, we're going to invert the top 10 qualifiers into a 15-minute sprint race. Finishers from that will go directly to a feature of 45 minutes, but not before a nice little 10-minute warm-up. Gotta love it. Consistency, right? Good stuff, Will.
Gotta love it. Yeah, I do. I do love that consistency. Speaking of, about time for that driver's brief, yeah?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and jump down and chat with some of the drivers here. You guys are going to see the ugly iRacing UI, so I apologize for that, but I have to push buttons, so. I think just while we that just a second. And 10, race control, F10. How's everybody doing tonight?
Better now that you're here.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, it's just been doing great. I love wall surfing.
Oh no.
Oh God. Here we go.
Everything everything was great until Morgan said that. Now I'm terrified. But anyways, I just want to give a little driver's briefing, guys, before we get into qualifying like normal. So, welcome everybody to week 4. Welcome to Long Beach. I'm sure I need to remind none of you that this is Long Beach. You're all very aware. Um, so, just a couple things I wanted to go over. All of the normal rules are in effect as far as the 10-minute qualifying, best of 3 lap, the 15-minute heat, reversed top 10 from quali to set the grid for that. And then our feature will be the 45 minutes, but not after the 10-minute warm up. Last week, we had probably more incidents than we've had at the first 2 weeks. I don't think anything was super crazy. Like, obviously, there wasn't really any intentional stuff or anything, but there were a couple things I would like to highlight, or I guess one specifically, is we had at least one, I think, a couple instances of drivers pulling back onto the racing surface or even into the racing line um, from a stop after they had spun or something like that, and actually causing collisions with other drivers that are trying to get around them. And I need to preface that it is super important that you guys are keeping an eye on your relative black boxes and making sure that you don't pull out into the track in front of other people. Tonight, it's almost going to be impossible to get out of the way with all the narrow walls and everything. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But um, if you can leave space, please do not be pulling out in front of other people. Going forward, we are going to be looking at issuing post-race points penalties or time penalties, depending upon which applies to drivers that do not adhere to that or any other, general racing etiquette. So, yeah, we'll get on with that. And then far as everything else goes, again tonight the track is a bit more tricky than normal due to the narrow walls. There are situations where cars can be spun sideways and nobody can pass them, so they can block the whole track. So I want to preface call-outs tonight will be critical. And if we have some track blockages, there's probably a bigger chance than at any other track that I will be throwing a yellow flag, full course. So, and we talked a little bit about that in the chat previous. Call-outs are definitely going to help. The less I have to verify or the less I have to take the time to look at, the faster I can call it before it becomes a big issue. But, be very vocal tonight. It is, not only encouraged, but, well, definitely encouraged to say something if you see wrecks or if you are a wreck or a spun car in the middle of the track to prevent other drivers from, running into you because they don't really have a choice. So, um, other than that, I don't think I have anything else. You guys might have a few questions though, so I want to get this off early enough. Please ask away. Let me know what you guys want to know about for tonight.
I got one, race control.
Oh no.
Sorry about
Here we
that.
go.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Are you a parking ticket?
I'm not sure. Entertain me.
Because you got fine written all over you.
Oh my God. There it is.
Oh, them Texas boys.
Single file start on the race, or are we gonna try and make the double file hairpin work?
That's a toughie. I don't really know. The only thing I guess I could say is if everybody really majorly thought that they wanted to do single file start, um, then I would make that happen. But I guess I'd let you guys step in. Jimmy says 4 wide start, so I don't know if you're going to get a lot of help there, Sean. But we could chat about it for a minute. Yeah, what do you guys think? Single file or double file?
5 wide.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't make it more than 2.
Can't or won't?
You heard me.
Yes, sir. I say single.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a question for the drivers, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
I generally think most officials go off better if we all agree to do a single file through the hairpin, but also noting that, like, it is detrimental. You can lose a chance to gain a spot on the start. So, I mean, up to you guys. I think the guys in the back of the field probably have more to gain by a single file than a double file. Guys in the front probably doesn't matter a ton to.
Well, I'm gonna let everybody think it over. Let's get through qualifying. In that 2-minute gridding process, we'll talk about it, and then before the cars start to roll, I'll make an official call on what everybody is supposed to do. So Jimmy said his votes to see how the heat goes. I mean, yeah, we could try the heat double wide and see. I'm honestly up for whatever, guys. You just let me know, but we'll think on it. But let's get through quali. If anybody has any other questions, please go ahead and have those now.
I just want to say be careful with people like sitting in the pits. There were a lot of incidents there during practice of just not adjusting lines, people leaving pits, so it's going to be important throughout the race.
Yeah, thanks, Tiago. Absolutely, guys. Pit entrance is also kind of a nightmare. If you guys haven't tried that, I would definitely use your qualifying time to try to make that. It's a bit of a just gap in the wall, and that's really it. So, but again, your black boxes and your relative, will be a super helpful. Even if people are in the pits, you can kind of guess when somebody's going to be at the edge of pit road. Just stay aware at all times and do your best to give everybody room because we don't have a lot of it. Thanks all. And with that, we will transition to qualifying. Good luck, and I will talk to you all after that. Okay.
Here we go.
Absolutely. So, and I'm noticing some issue I've had. I hope it doesn't affect our lovely broadcast here, but I seem to be dropping frames big time, and I couldn't tell you why. It's set to 84, and it should sit at 84, and it's dropping to 60, sometimes even 50. I was practicing VIR the other day, and it was down to 30 at times, starting to actually affect my driving. Wasn't super loving that for sure, but we chatted with Thiago. He had a great point about pit strategy or pit entrance and exit and being respectful and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and let's ride on board with him for a little bit here, or at least keep an eye on him as he heads out to make his qualifying start. You got to go all the way to that blue line before you can turn in. So cars are most certainly going to be at risk of making contact there. Definitely got to be very heads-up driving. Well,
Yeah, like you said, there's walls everywhere, so it's not like you can just, go off into the grass to avoid anything. You're pretty much stuck.
yeah, not a lot of not a lot of escape room for sure. We'll actually hop on the gyro cam here, so you can just kind of see out the front of Tiago's car here, kind of riding in the passenger seat with him. I think this is one of the wider parts of the track, as you can see. He's heating his tires up here in his Huracan GT3 machine. Some crazy like octopus art on there. I'm seeing like tentacles on the side and everything. I don't. It's cool. Uh, very cool.
I mean, it is Tiago, so there's really no telling.
All I know is it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, okay, so this is very important, super important for the stream.
Hmm?
While you're looking in Tiago's cockpit, I need you to count how many cup holders you find.
Fair enough. I don't know why he reset there. I'm seeing 0. Nope.
Okay, then he is in compliance. Good. For all you viewers out there, I just we may need to make an announcement, but we had to penalize Jimmy. We had to physically remove 4, count them, 4 cup holders from Jimmy's cockpit before the qualifying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't think we checked his helmet either, so I'm going to need a post-race inspection of the 42 machine. But no, seriousness though, Jimmy's looking really good. We're waiting here to get our qualifying boards up, so obviously folks haven't put a lap in yet. Can't quite see what their times are yet. As you see the time on the top there, about 2.5 minutes into our 10-minute session. They have to get around on their out lap, right, Will? And then they have to actually get up to speed and run a full lap before there's even an opportunity for time to play a factor here. The old qualifying game.
So one practice lap and then 2 real laps.
Yep. Well, yes and no. I mean, you've got the partial lap that doesn't even count, and then it's 3 real
Right.
laps. But the first lap,
Okay,
I always
gotcha.
use that first lap just to get a little bit of as you see Jimmy Hayden posts his first lap. There's
Yep.
the 119. But I'm always using that first lap. Always using that first lap just to get a time on the board, right? Just in case anything else I do gets rid of it. As you see, Jimmy nearly taps the wall there, and he very well could have. Even the 0x there invalidates his time entirely. So it will be interesting to see that. I was very surprised to see Morgan down 4/10. He was 3/10 above everybody else. Now he's 4/10 off. He might have had a little uh-oh on his lap or whatever, but yeah, he's looking pretty good. Sean Ryan's at P2. We were keeping an eye on him as well. His mint green Lambo. Had a rough week last week, and like a lot of drivers, I think. Lots of contact incidents with Morgan. They got together, and Morgan ended up getting the rough end of that. And then coming out of his pit stop as well, he kind of spun it in turn 1 at Sebring there and went for a little ride. Lots of situations he couldn't recover from, and Will and I were making comments here, watching him getting bounced around like a basketball again in practice. So I hope we don't have a repeat in the race. This guy needs a break, I think. What do you think, Will?
Well, again, I would say normally, yeah, he probably would need a break, but we had a unanimous vote from all of the drivers, and we have officially added 225 pounds to the back of Sean's car.
Oh no.
Let's not ask where that came from, and let's not talk about the dark red drops coming from his trunk.
Oh
So,
no.
uh,
So of course, obviously, we didn't do that. There are no dark red drops. I don't think. Maybe I don't ask questions, but nope. Sean is on the same par with everybody else. Actually, P2, he took the lead when you were talking, Will, and then he lost it. Also, while you were
yep, to
talking
Andrew
about it
Storsman.
there. Storzum currently got P1. We'll
Yep.
see where everything kind of filters out. I'm very surprised still to see Morgan not jumping back. The leader in practice usually looks like Storzum is done. 5 minutes into qualifying, Brandon Dooley finds himself in P3. It's a great time for him so far in the number 114 BMW. Is a little bit all over the place. Sebring last week as well. I'm trying to remember the results, but my memory fogs me. I can't quite remember, but we know Jimmy won. We know he put on an absolute clinic, qualified close to 10th there, that golden number that everybody gets flipped to, and then just couldn't give up the lead. Just kind of took off. He was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm going. See ya."
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm going to be upset if this plays out. Okay, good. I was about to be mad. Last week in the post race, Morgan was talking, just joking around, talking about, oh, it's, Jimmy won it all, won it out, by qualifying 10th. And then Morgan was sitting in 10th place on qual. I was like, because he said jokingly, I might have to do that. I might have to start doing that. Golly, words.
They're difficult
And
sometimes.
then, yeah, right. And then I saw him in 10th place. I was like, oh no, he better not.
Yeah, currently in back in 12th now. So not quite sure
Yeah.
why he's just not having some good luck or what. He found some serious speed in practice, and now we're seeing him fall an entire second off Storzum's pace. So not quite sure what's going on with Morgan's machine, but he is on his last lap right now, just about halfway through it. So he's going to be looking to get his number 88 Cleveland Beamer BMW up closer to the top of the grid, you would hope. But if not, he's definitely going to have some work to do. Thiago grabbing the last podium spot there up in P3, taking that away from Brandon Dooley. Jimmy Hayden 5th, Leighton Norgard P6 after a rough race that he had last week, falling victim to some contact with another driver trying to rejoin the track. Did his race earlier than he wanted it to be. Frustrating. Brian Beeman P7, Corey Abbott P8, Thornton Thomas P9, and Richard Hibbs currently running out the top 10. And Morgan, oh, P11.
He just got 11. Yep.
Oh man, that's
Oh
interesting.
man.
I don't know if he's having problems with qualifying or if he really was trying to go for that 10th place spot. I mean, I I guess it could be considered a legitimate strategy, but I'm just very confused as to why he didn't class the field there as he did in the practice times.
Yeah,
So
that's a question to have for him.
yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at our weather. The track temperature really hasn't changed all that much. Still 64 degrees. Track temp 73, which is not hot at all. So you think the grip levels would be good, not a big difference. So yeah, that's an interesting one for sure. From chat, Mr. Ken, probably just the net out there acting up as usual. Yeah, well, quit downloading stuff and stealing my bandwidth, you nerd. How about that? Get some, Jay. Why doesn't Jimmy just claim to be the pace car? Who knows, man? Who knows? But tonight he is starting 5th place. The flip will put him 6th, I guess. So outside of the same row. Leighton will do a nice little flip flop, so that'll be cool. So yeah, I've got a few drivers out there. Our normal Mr. Corey Abbott out there getting absolutely every lap in that he can. These qualifying winds down here in the next 40 seconds or so, where he finds himself still on the track as I had the camera on Scenic and you only saw him for a second. 21
Oh, okay.
machine looking pretty
So
good.
we got a Dalton Alexander out there. We got a Daniel McConnell out there. We got a Gavin Dumit out there, and yep. And there's your boy. What's his name again? I can't remember how you say that name.
Rashana?
Towards the bottom. No, another one of them Texas boys. Your favorite one.
Goldie?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh man. Yeah, lots of familiar faces tonight. 28 cars on the roster tonight, so looking pretty sharp. We're gonna have to go ahead and chat with the drivers here for a second, though.
Yep.
So a little bit of a problem. I don't have a downshift paddle, and
Uh-oh.
I'm downshifting with a button. So
Mhm.
I'm not exactly the bravest on the brakes right now. So yeah,
Oh.
fair warning.
That could be problematic.
Yeah, I don't think that's how I wanted that to start, but that sucks. Yeah, I mean, if you need to start from the pits, Thornton, just to get some space, you can. I mean, you're starting on the pole, so give it to it, see what happens. Do we want to see what a 2 wide start looks like, guys? Or do we want to go single file?
I mean, I think it's too late to change it. We've already gridded. I don't think it'll let you change at this point.
I mean, we could do it on our own, but
You mean just be extra careful on the hairpin. Don't like crowd anybody, and we'll sort it out. Like there's no use.
Boys, I'm thinking it's going to be single file anyways.
Yeah, he's probably
Fair,
not
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
single file until someone's like on someone's quarter panel and they don't know because they're full lock and get turned. We have a track block. But, I mean, we can try it. It's fine.
we'll see what happens. Just everybody, like I said, have some patience. Yeah, 15 and then 45, so you've got a whole hour worth of racing to get your spots. I don't think you're going to win or lose it right here, right now. So, but good luck, everyone. We'll stay as is, and give me some call outs. Let me know what's going on. Thanks, guys. Way, iRacing UI. Ew.
Good luck, guys.
So just to confirm, are we going single or are we staying double? I didn't hear an answer.
Staying double, Corey. Keep an eye on Thornton Thomas here as he goes through the hairpin. Oh my.
Oh my.
Check out.
Oh boy.
Yep, that's gonna be fun.
Okay.
And SDK is calling every single slowdown a crash, a full-on crash.
Green flag.
So that's not going to be any help.
We're gonna
All right, man.
throw a yellow. Single file it is. Understood.
Yay!
The road will choose for you.
Interesting.
Yep. 10-4 on the interesting for sure. Happened to the front, happened all the way in the back, guys. So we'll be single file. It looks like I could change it because it technically was a restart. So they'll be single file from now on. Hey, so production.
Came through the fountain.
Hey Ben, can I let Leighton get ahead of me and then just clear his black on the start? Because I beat him to the line.
Yeah, 10-4, buddy. Corey, I'll leave that one up to you, as Thornton didn't really get a chance to go either, because you kind of couldn't make the turn with him next to you. So up to you guys, but talk it out. I'll clear all your blacks.
How about trying to help the guys that just lost 20 positions?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it back. I mean, that was a lot. It was a thing that happened. I'll give it back.
I'm sat back here in like 20th now. And I was 11th on the grid.
Ben, where's the base car?
I don't know, but we're going way too fast to let it catch up.
Guys just need to park it out there. It's coming into turn 9.
Corey, you need to slow down, bud.
Yeah, Thornton, load up, buddy.
By slow, you should park it because we're not even around the hairpin yet.
And we're only doing 60.
Oh, brother.
Just park it until the car comes by, and then we can go.
Hey, it's a grid. Time to grid.
Yeah, leader's stopping. Everybody's checking up here, guys. Keep an eye on your relative. Please don't run into each other.
Start finish line.
At all the crashes, SDK doesn't know what to do.
46
No,
miles
yeah.
an hour.
It is
We're parked.
confused.
We'll stop.
We'll see you this afternoon.
It's pretty cool that I can hear the music in the game.
Hey, Will, can you pull me up that function for how to
There's
subtract
music?
pace laps for me real quick?
Yeah, one of the ambient...
Hey, not to cut Kenny off, guys, but what is that pace car still lit up? Is it going to go around more, or is it on its last lap?
Yep, lights are on.
All right, I'm going to try to get rid of the lights here so that this will be the go lap because we're already pretty much halfway through. So,
Okay.
Two things. Guys stopped. I don't know how long. It probably fine, but just watch your engine temp. Guys, pace car. You guys have about 5 seconds until you catch a line of... Just don't run in the back of us.
Yep, just came out of the corner. Here comes the
hit
pace
me.
car now.
Hit me, Will. What you got?
Stop.
Exclamation pace laps -1, +1, whatever.
Hey guys, we gotta go. The pace car passed us. Let's go.
Oh, brother.
Oh yeah.
I don't even see where is Thornton?
He didn't go. It's like 4 cars passed him.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Now they're
That was
being
impressive.
okay.
Just destroy everyone on your way through, Thornton.
Oh,
I
Corey and
apologize if
wow.
that was my fault, but I thought that I was going through. Sorry.
Corey, go ahead, bud. Pass me.
Maybe not get rid of that pace lap and let this one
Nope.
sort itself
We're
out.
just gonna. I mean, the race will be over if we do another one, so we're gonna send it.
Gotcha.
I've gotta
Okay, pace car's
turn my
off.
thing off here.
We need to extend, bud.
Green, green, green. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Slow down on the straight.
Wow.
Thornton, you know, have to let the pace car pass you again, buddy. Oh my goodness.
There is probably a bunch of black flags. Oh, you already got it. Thank you.
I'm slowing way down.
In pit lane, exiting now.
Thornton, you gotta stop, buddy. The pace car's gotta pass you again. You can't just keep driving away.
Apologies, I thought that was a slow down, not a stop.
Yeah, the pace car's only going like 30 or 40 though, bud, so it's really slow.
Pace car into 5.
Well, that pace car made me scare the crap out of me because I thought it was one of the other guys coming to ram me.
So we're all stopped here, guys. Just FYI. Thornton, go.
Was that the pace car?
Go,
Yep,
go,
that's
go,
the pace
go.
car. Follow the car.
I got the message.
Nah, we're good.
Okay. I don't know what's going on anymore. Whatever. I think we're fine.
So I'm staying behind the pace car, not passing it like iRacing wants me to. Correct?
Yep, that is correct. I don't know why. I guess it's got to do a whole nother lap. Telling me I can't even remove this lap, so we're probably going to finish this under yellow. It's ridiculous. Till after the first lap. Oy vey. Okay.
This is reminding me of Formula One Spa last year.
Well, 7:30 into the heat
Oh, good.
sprint,
It's one of those things.
whatever.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. I'm trying all I can, but I can't take the lap off, so it's going to have to go around one more time. I'm hoping you guys get a lap or two to race it out, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. It should be 2.
And for folks watching, sorry, guys.
So
I
are we going
can't.
to pass space car? What's going on?
Is it still telling you to pass the pace car?
Yes, it is.
Alright, we gotta go around. It's not gonna go to 2 if we don't go around. It still says pit lane closed and we've done a full lap. Like, I don't know, maybe the last car needs to clear the entrance to the pits, but...
So is that a me passing, or am I staying behind? Ben.
Try one more thing.
If we don't pass the pace car, the restart's going to happen like in turn 3 is when iRacing is going to throw it, just so we all are aware of that.
All right, well, we're going to have to do a lap then. I can't remove, so everybody's got to go around, I guess. So Thornton, go ahead. Everybody follow him. Everybody pass the pace car. Do a lap. Catch up. And please don't run each other over. It's still yellow. Some of the things I love that iRacing does, and some of the
It's saying
things...
let the pace car by. How about we just start the race and on the front stretch?
Yeah, it's telling me to let the pace car by as well.
I think it was just Thornton, just have Thornton go all the way around and then have him lead him front and then clear the flag when it happens.
So he'll be a lap ahead of everybody?
Or
All
just hold him back until we all catch up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Don't be
like
race control, Kenny.
subpar solution,
Will,
but I don't really know what else to do.
restart session. Can I do that? Is there a button combo for
What
that?
for?
For
I would just
iRacing,
advance the session and go to the race. At this
admin
point.
commands.
Oh, restarting the session.
I'm
Gotcha.
not against that.
1 second.
There's only 5 minutes left, and we're doing like 3-minute laps under the safety car.
Restart single, restart double. Black, wave by. Yellow.
Hey, everyone hit.
EOL, clear, clear all.
Give me some positions.
Track state, driver admin, advance. You can advance the session.
Ben, there's no way to restart the session.
I don't see
We're
it.
looking. I think that's an AI race function, but I got Will's looking at the site for commands, and it's not showing one.
Ben, I need black flags cleared.
We all do. We all do.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody's gonna have them. Clear all.
We are looking.
Exclamation clear all, clear everything.
Okay.
I don't see anything about restart. Grid starts, that's a grid timer. Grid set.
Morgan, what's it telling you on your box? It's telling me to let the 41 by.
Track
I
state.
got the same one too. It's telling me the same thing. Same. We're all going to be getting the same messaging.
Check on
Ah,
cars on front stretch.
set next session track state from 0 to 100% or -1 to carry over from
All right,
current
next question
session.
for you, Ben.
All that
Am I
is
passing
the
the cars it wants me to pass?
No, we need some wave arounds.
You gotta be shitting me.
Pick up at the button.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing we do here is going to be fair. Like, half the field is now 1 lap down.
Guys, can we just restart qualifying entirely? Because we should restart the entire session at this point.
I don't concur with that method. I think we just mark this as in these positions for the heat. If you don't want to count points, we don't have to count points for the heat, but we just move on. It's kind of weird to not count points. It's not my favorite method just because the drop weeks and how that all factors in. So also recognize that it's not fair.
Also recognize that half the field is at a position from where they qualified.
Yeah, by the time I waved everybody around, the session would be over anyways. There's no time left.
Yeah, 13 minutes almost and 15-minute session, so
Ben, if this
close.
goes green, you're going to need to clear all of our blacks so that we don't get black flagged with a minute left on the clock.
Yep, learned a function to get rid of all those at once, so we're good.
I just got blacked, so need that cleared.
We're restarting, I guess.
Check up, check up.
Yeah, we're past the start finish. It's still under yellow.
Just wait for it to go green because the guys in the back is what it's going off of.
Pretty much all of us are black flagged.
Go ahead, go around me, guys. Go around me.
Whoa, are we
Hey,
actually
green.
racing here? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah, I just got sent on because of that. Okay.
Yeah, we're green, guys, so let's say race what's left. Anybody else have any penalties or anything? All right.
And let's go out one more.
Oy. Yeah,
Sorry.
that was sure something.
Yeah, and it's going to be very similar in the actual race itself, so.
Nope, we're going single file, and I'll just make him run it.
Right.
Just kind of get this up here.
Dang, that hairpin.
Yeah, it's a freaking nightmare.
Oh, man.
So, race is over, I think, unless Thornton didn't cross yet. Where is Thornton on the track?
Yeah, I don't think he's crossed yet. He doesn't have a checkered on SDK
Yeah,
yet.
he just crossed the start finish line before the end of the race, or before the 15-minute timer. So
yeah, whole nother lap.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, chat. Sorry, folks. Yeah, this is kind of a cluster. We'll work through it, and hopefully the feature, which is a 45-minute race, will be an actual race for you guys, and then we'll have to work through some penalties or not penalties. I'm sorry. How we're going to evaluate the points. I don't know if we're going to add another drop week or what we're going to do, but we'll sort some things out. This is obviously not their fault, so all good. iRacing kind of screwed me there.
Well, to reiterate something said in the chat, those Texas boys sure do look good. Nice, clean colors.
Yeah. Oh, man. With the last
Oh,
second.
no.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. Oh. Who was that?
Oh, man.
I was watching one of the Texas boys, and they just went through it.
Yeah. That is wild. Oh, my goodness.
That was the funniest thing I've seen in a while.
Get him, Morgan.
I don't know what to say, but I mean that was a way to finish a race.
Yeah.
It was certainly something.
half the
It
field still
obviously
finishing.
it wasn't ideal for most, but it is what it is. Sounds like we're gonna get a 45-minute race to figure it all out.
Thank you, Morgan.
I like it.
That was certainly one of the finishes of all time.
The finish.
Thank God it's finished.
Well, for some of you, half of
Yeah,
them
we'll
are still
go
racing.
single file from jump. Whether it tells us to or not, whether I can make it or not, I'm honestly pretty much over what iRacing allows or doesn't allow me to do. I have a clear all button, and I'm not afraid to use it. So you guys get 45 minutes. We'll run it, figure out what we're gonna do with points afterwards. But honestly, I wouldn't sweat it too much at this point. We'll figure something out if you guys trust me enough to do that. Try to have fun with it. It's ridiculous. I wish at this point I could turn damage off and let you guys try to join the NASA space program or something for fun. I don't know what else to say. So, but yeah, 10-minute warm up. Go clear your heads, and we'll try to figure something out for 45 minutes.
I'm not here for points. I'm here for good racing.
There you go. Get them,
Well,
Texas
I hope
boys.
to give you some of that too, at least. Oh man.
But I mean,
Okay.
I actually am here for points also.
uh,
Oh,
from double.
man.
Okay,
The
so
weather's great.
exclamation restart single.
Yeah, I've got that here.
Okay, I was about to
So,
say I'm not sure if you have it in your thing or whatever, but that's the command.
yep.
I got an EOL to give Jimmy.
Okay.
Exclamation EOL Jimmy.
Yeah, that's
Dan, you're
awesome.
doing a great job. This was a learning experience for everybody.
Speaking of, yep.
Love you, buddy.
And if you heard what Will was talking about in the booth right now, I don't think you'd be so coy or so happy about me. You just got a metaphorical EOL and you didn't even do anything wrong. I love it.
I'm metaphorically shaking my fist.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that because we took your 4 cup holders? I mean, come on,
Oh,
Jimmy.
man.
Really?
Oh my goodness. Well,
Pretty good run to the line.
yeah.
Top 3, I guess.
Yeah. So let's see what we're looking at. In terms of, does it have a grid now?
No.
A new
We're
grid?
in,
No.
no,
Okay.
we're in our warm up.
Yeah, we're in practice or whatever. Yep.
So I think
That's right. Okay.
Thornton came away with it with a meatballed car because it got cleared in all of the madness.
It was a bit of a good old-fashioned drag race to the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I felt bad for parking the field. So I was trying to let you vibe but not Corey, but I failed.
Yeah, I told you some Texas
Hey,
boys.
don't worry, guys. I've reprimanded all some people. He will not be here.
Oh, gotta love them Texas
All right, we talked
boys.
you out. He's back.
He'd have as many bad races, as many terrible setups from iRacing, and he could try to hijack your entire session, but you can't kill a good community. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.
Your voice is still like an angel.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. Good stuff.
And if
good
only
stuff.
sweet words got you bonus points, Daniel. If only.
So, on a serious note, I guess if I had a recommendation right at the beginning of that race, there was a lot of chaos right before the checkered or green flag, whatever flag it was.
Yep.
I think next time if that happens, just let it go. And as much as it sucks for people who get screwed by it, I think it'll be better in the long run.
I feel my 2 cents right now, and Will, I guess I need an honest gut check, but my 2 cents right now is I don't want this race to count for points. I just want to flip it to an exhibition race and make it a best of 7 with 2 drops. Because it's just, I don't even know how I can take this serious, honestly.
Well, I would say, like they said, a couple of them have already said, let's treat the feature as a learning experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see how it goes. What we want to do. I think your gut instinct there is probably on par. That's right on track for that. But let's see what happens in the actual feature and see if we can salvage anything usable out of this first.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I didn't announce anything about it. I was just kind of trying to
Right,
let
absolutely.
them go with
But
it here.
I feel you're right.
So maybe we can add an extra race to the end of the championship or something that maybe doesn't go to Long Beach.
I mean, Bristol's is great about that time of year. I'm
Oh,
just
man.
saying.
Oh, man.
Just saying.
That ain't right. That ain't right. Well, so much for serious commentating and trying to put together a good video so far, but I guess for anybody that was ever interested in how race controlling works, there you go. Lots of right-clicking and typing things in your box there. It's always nice to have that Spider-Man style man at the computer that you can use. Thank you, Will, for all of your I need to know what this does now needs. So
Yeah, I there's got to be a way to let you restart that session. I'm
there
not sure
there
that was the right
is, but I've
answer,
only
but
seen it in AI races.
right.
And the AI races will legitimately have, and sorry, iRacing UI again, but where it says configure controls up here, there would be like fast forward and rewind arrows to the left and right, one being advance and one being
Restart.
restart
Yeah.
session or even go back.
Yeah.
We had our Bristol. I'll tell that story then because you guys are gonna kick out of that. So we had last season or a couple seasons ago, and we were under a different name. We were running an Xfinity series on Oval, and there was only about 5 or 6 actual drivers left after the initial sign-up period. And so we decided to fill the field with AI just for fun, just to give them some more folks to race against or whatever. And me being the host and me also race controlling, God, look how tight that turn is. Yeesh. I didn't really have the opportunity to. I wasn't in the car. I was race controlling and I was trying to do a little broadcast or whatever, have some fun with it, yada yada, whatever, so on and so forth. And so how the AI work in iRacing is they join when the host does. So in practice, I join, boop, they'll load in. Go to qualifying, I don't spawn a car, so they don't load in. And we knew this. And then you get to the race and they won't load in and there will be no AI. So we knew this from previous weeks. And so on this particular week in Bristol, I was going to try to time it up so that I joined the race when the gridding process started. So that the cars would pop in on the grid and then they would race. They'd have somebody to race with. So I'm joining the session. I end up making it probably like 2 or 3 minutes too late because my computer was just really slow to load at that time. And so I load in. Everybody else is driving. The race is green flag. We're on like lap 4 at Bristol. And all of the AI spawn in the middle of the track in a gridding formation, stopped. And everyone came out of turn 4 and crashed into an entire parking lot of AI Xfinity cars. And it was the most beautiful and terrifying thing I think I've ever seen in iRacing all at once. To have legitimately 20 cars appear out of thin air that were hittable physical objects. And there was just a huge crash. So that was the day where I got to figure out how to restart a session. Long story short, because my entire field of 6 drivers all had broken axles, and there was no faster pairs, so it was pretty bad. But but we'll continue on, see what happens here in our 45er. I see Get Some Jay in chat saying we do an awesome job making it enjoyable. Appreciate it, man. We're trying. But live and learn. Will, predictions for the race? That's what I want to hear. Hit me. What do you got?
Well, okay, first thing I want you to do is bring up your iRacing stuff and go to where you see your garage thing, right? Because it's telling me you can restart the race from there. Garage option, it's the screen that's the big green button at the top while you're racing already. Right next to the big green button, there are 2 arrows pointing either way. Press the left arrow to restart and the right arrow to advance. I can't really see your screen that well, but it says it on this screen somewhere, or maybe the one before it. I don't know. You're supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah, if they were on this banner, yeah, that's where the restart and fast forward buttons are. They're up here on this banner, but that is only during, as far as I know, an AI race. So
No, it says in any hosted session, you can restart, redo qual, practice, everything. You can go through practice, get to the qualifications, back up, go back to practice, back up to, whatever,
so
where
only
you
the
can see the
person that
garage
made the session,
option.
only this person that made the session can do that, I assume.
The host needs to go to the screen where you can
Gotcha.
see the
So we
garage
would need
option.
Carrie to
Yep.
come in and do that then, huh?
Right. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna bug him
just
for that.
just checking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
Danny says still voted
Options.
#1 broadcast of the decade with 7 years left. Oh my God. Yeah, we'll see about that. We got some things to get going here for sure, but there's about 30 seconds left.
Oh, nope. Yep. Just in case someone else like me ends up here from a Google search, restarting a race from scratch is only available if you have AI racers in it.
Oh.
If it is human only, the options mentioned in the other comment are not available. With humans only, you can advance the session with the advance command that I was telling you about, but no way to go backwards through the sessions. Okay, anyway, so predictions, right? That's how we started this. Sorry.
I tried.
Single file.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun race. There's going to be a lot going on.
I just
That's
want
my
to race.
prediction.
Oh God, Tiago. Oh man. I just want to race.
Yep.
I wish I could have afforded everybody a couple extra degrees. Oh, Rashana, oh my. A couple extra degrees of turning angle here. So, all right, we're going to have to, one more time. Here's our grid on the screen so you guys can take a look, but I got to.
Let's see what this grid looks like. Oh, am I not live? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, restarts are now single file.
Oh my freaking okay.
Oh, you're freaking.
Yep. Sorry.
So
The
for
HUD
this race start, it looks like we'll have to manually just get in line then.
Oh, is it still saying double file?
Yes.
Yep. So for that exact reason, everybody do exactly what Morgan said in this instance. And yes, we're going to go single file. Every single car, single file. So let the inside car, so I think that would be the car on the left, pass. And then the car on the right-hand side would then fall in directly behind them. If there's any blacks, I will clear them. But that is how we are going to do this. And I am going to do my best to let this run without any yellow flags, just so that somebody can actually enjoy a race. Good luck. Have fun. Let me know if there are any issues, and I will add them to the list. Thanks, guys. So we are.
Joe, get behind, dude. Don't be next to me.
Just about ready to go green here. Kind of just double checking to make sure that we see a bunch of single car. Oh my goodness. It's a mob in the T1. Let's take a look here.
Yep, here we go.
Got a bunch
of
bunch of crashed markers in the back. Oh my goodness.
Check up.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. So I'm gonna try to go back.
100% unavoidable when you force a 3 wide in turn 1.
Go back and take a look at what happened to Morgan here. I'm not 100% sure exactly what had happened. So Sean went all the way to the bottom.
Don't do anything, Ben. I'll just wait.
Yeah, and there's just contact on the outside. So, yeah, that's
I apologize, Corey.
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
You didn't do anything. I ran out of talent.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, race control. Can you look at my turn 1?
Yeah, I had like 3 people pass me under a yellow.
Yeah, I saw it, guys, but I don't really know what you want me to do with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean...
I see it all, guys. I mean, I'm really only going to be able to handle anything in post, unfortunately, but take notes. We'll talk about it after. So, with all of that going down, we still somehow have Morgan running out the top 5, Andrew Stores in P4.
Thanks, Chris.
No worries, bud.
Jimmy Hayden in P3, Sean Ryan up there in P2, chasing down the still leader of Thornton Thomas in P1. Lots of action has occurred. Yeah, it's chaos out there, guys. It's something. I don't really know how else to put it, but it's kind of a race. I honestly feel like people would probably be enjoying Wreckfest a little bit more because at least that one's not trying to be serious. But we'll get through it. I said I think I have a couple different ways I'd like to handle this, but for now, for the entertainment purposes and for the people driving car purposes, we're GT3s at Long Beach, so let's keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens.
We got Ferraris and we got Beamers and we got Mercedes and
we're in a Lambo right now. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Sean Ryan in P2 trying to chase down Thornton. He's got him right out his windshield.
Yeah.
With the aggressive move in to take it to the inside, nearly 3 wide, and T1 was quite a move from Sean. Ends up getting through it unscathed with the rest of the field behind him. Maybe not so much, but that is the theme for tonight, and we're sticking to it. Gosh darn it. Jimmy Hayden following closely behind in P3. His BMW almost in drift mode around that corner, but he wouldn't be new to that, would he there, Will?
No, not Jimmy.
Andrew stores them under heavy fire from Morgan. Heard some tires spin in there, but I guess that's just Jimmy drifting again in my peripherals. Gosh darn it, Jimmy. Tires are meant for going straight. Not really, but...
No.
He turned the traction control button off. I'm not quite sure how he did it. I get some from chat says
e-brake.
All good. I didn't see anyone jump out of the car and issue beat down. It's always a good sign. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Get
absolutely fantastic. Brandon Dooley back in P6 now. He's attempting to work over his buddy Morgan, trying to break into the top 5. I'm not sure. Looks like Morgan had a. I go back and take a look at that really quick. I don't know if these guys kind of squeezed each other into the final corner or what exactly happened, but Morgan ended up having a big stop off of back here. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, Storsum got loose, and Morgan had nowhere to go, so that's why they are where they are. Sean Ryan's got half of his gap now down to Thornton, trying to get within half a second, down to 7/10. He's working. Yeah, Mr. Leighton Norgard back in P7. Haven't heard from him much today, which from last week, probably not a bad thing. Looking pretty clean in his number 12 BMW. No real issues to speak of so far, right, Will? Right?
No issues. None. No, we're good. And to capitalize on that, take a look at oh wait, where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
Why? Oh, I'm on Scenic. Okay, yeah. Why would you do that? Yeah. Chris Schuessler. That's what I was trying to find, and it was like I clicked on him, and it took me to Scenic for some reason.
Everybody's favorite number 61 Porsche. I love it. Chris Schuessler up 3 spots from where he started. Lots of drivers around him having lost quite a bit of spots. Dalton Alexander down 23, Brian Beeman down 17, and Corey just ahead of him down 20. But Chris seems to be on an island right now, which I think is prime real estate at Long Beach with no one around you to bother you. Oh, man. But, hey, he's looking fantastic. That 61 Porsche is looking oh so clean. I don't think he's got any complaints in the world here about 6 minutes into our 45-minute session.
No, don't think he does.
Quick little,
Ken Block is driving Jimmy's car, huh? That's what gets him. Get some, Jay says.
You know, it's funny because Jimmy and I met back in the day on Dirt 2, a game that Ken Block was on with a handful of other rally drivers. So, very fun. Jimmy can wheel just about anything with 4 wheels and some with less. So, Not
Yeah.
surprised that he's wheeling a car with traction control tonight as he hits the wall.
Oh, my
man.
goodness.
He crashed. It said Sean Ryan crashed too. What did Sean do? Let's take a look at what Sean did. I want to put the pressure on him tonight. Sean, what did you do? Tell me. In 3 words or less. Did it hurt? Where did it hurt? Let's see.
Oh, he's just slinging that body around back there. I mean, that extra weight we threw in.
Hey, I'm still waiting for a crash. I don't.
Yeah,
All right,
no.
SDK. Okay, understood.
Yeah, no.
He went really slow, and it got scared. Understood. Hey, listen, man. Slow cars are scary in this place because you can't tell if they're stuck in the wall or what the heck's going on. So, but we've got a little 3-car battle here, I would say, from Morgan through Andrew Storzum up to Mr. Jimmy in the 42. Guys will be duking it out. Morgan's still trying anything he can right now to get past Andrew Storzum's number 32 Mercedes. We know Morgan can wheel it, that's for sure. I think he's just trying to find an opening, but gosh, I don't know how you get next to somebody at a place like this. I really don't. It is just a very, very difficult track. So I'm interested to see. I know he's tried a couple times here as he gets so close. It's almost like you got to use the bumper. Are we encouraging stock car chrome horn usage or chrome horn usage there, Silk?
I mean, we just call that bump drafting through the turn.
Oh, okay. I think there's a few crash
or
compilations.
Assisted turning.
There's a couple crash compilations at Daytona can tell you that there isn't much of assisting anything except through the hospital, which is super unfortunate for all those involved. But hey, what are you going to do?
Well, I think the most dangerous car out there is one we haven't seen yet. That's the pace car.
Yeah, the pace car led the field for
Ball cleared.
most of the race there. What did Alexander say? Let's take a look at what he said. Crash. Tom would like to take a look at that because I have no other content to chase. So let's see. Lots of crashes in this final corner. Oh! Well. Yep. Understood.
I mean, yeah.
I check my flags really quick. I apologize to everybody for the eye soreness, but
yeah, got to keep up with that one.
Right. Dalton, did you ask for a black clear, buddy?
Yes, please. I got a meatball.
Understood. Well, not something I would normally do tonight, but for all the pain that everybody's going through, why not? Let the poor man keep racing for now. I'm not too worried about it. And my chat, if I put up to vote in my chat, he is a Texas speed car, so we all know how that would have gone. So
no kidding.
Oh man, that's like they're
no point in trying.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually right with each other right now.
Oh, Jimmy, what did you just do?
Jimmy, uh-oh.
I don't know what he lost to Storzum and Morgan. They both passed him.
Well, I can look at that too. I have buttons. Let's check it out. I love buttons. Oh, Jimmy just let him go,
yeah.
I think.
He just pulled off. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what it is? He was grabbing another from the other cup holder.
He had to
That's
go
what
wide in
he was
that
doing.
corner to go by the fridge. He stored it outside the track. He's so sneaky.
Yes.
Never would
so
have thought.
sneaky.
Fountain turn, fountain drink, but it's beer. Understood.
Leave it to Jimmy.
Oh, leave it to Jimmy. We've got some more crashes. Dalton Alexander crashed a second time. God, I feel like I'm seeing an instant replay of this exact corner over and over and over again. Dalton, don't tell me you actually hit the wall. Tell me this is SDK just telling me that you crashed for no reason. Oh, Dalton. Okay. Okay. Nope, we're good. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Nope,
Yeah,
we're all good.
Nothing to see here. We're good. Same thing with Chris. Chris had a quote-unquote crash, and he just was coming around the turn.
And don't blink.
Didn't even touch the wall.
But Sean Ryan and Thornton Thomas are battling right now. I want to take a peek back at that initial move here really quick. Sean puts the sauce on him in turn 1 all the way to the bottom, but Sean, can't make the corner. Oh, man. The car's just
that extra weight.
They don't have enough.
That extra weight we put in there.
Oh, stop it, you.
It shifted on him and threw him into the wall.
Go ahead, Cord.
More replays. Andrew Storsum crashes. Sounds like with a little bit of help from Morgan. Rolling up on Chris Schuessler here.
Coming up on Chris.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Morgan definitely helped him. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't sure that he had to hit the brakes that hard, probably because he could not see Chris in front of them. Yeah, this is not going to be a very forgiving track at all for our new drivers here, drivers that have less experience. Even all the practice in the world, I mean, I look to Sean as one of the best drivers I know, and even he's ping-ponging off of walls tonight in his Lambo, so just oh my goodness. It's a rough one, and we're only 12 minutes in, Will.
Yep, we got a half hour plus of extra saucy racing to go through.
Yeah, so we're doing that now, huh? He gave him the sauce. It wasn't saucy. He simply suggested that he try a little Frank's Red Hot. It's all good. Sean tried to take the fountain with him on that one, but he is definitely applying the pressure wheel currently. Thornton, trying to get Thornton to make a move. Thornton's downshift is a button right now, as he said. His braking is not the best. Probably a good thing, though, because it seems to have made him quite fast, and he is leading the race still at this point after winning the heat with no contest, honestly. That was a joke. It was a joke. It was really bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, gosh.
No contest. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, this whole race is about to be no contest, man. Oh, my goodness.
So it's a great learning opportunity, right? Why are there no full course cautions, or very rarely full course cautions, in road races?
Because normally people have room to get around it. And to be completely fair and honest with you, there normally are full course cautions in road racing, just not in iRacing, because you don't have to pull an actual tow truck out on the track to grab a junk car. It just disappears to the pits.
Right.
Sean Ryan once again applying lots and lots of pressure to Thornton here. Not sure if he's going to try a double move. He is to the outside, and T1 on the fender. Can't get the pass done. Sean blinked there for a second. No blink, Sean. Not allowed. And he is looking... Oh, he's blinking again. Well, let's take a look at Thornton then so that it doesn't blink. Put TV3 just to zoom out just a wee bit so we can see this. But, yeah, Sean Ryan just all over the back of Thornton. He's tried probably about every spot on this track so far to no avail. So I think he's just going to sit there and wait until there's a car-sized gap. Or he's going to make one to the inside.
Man.
Oh, man. And Thornton just hooked into his side there. I think Sean might have collected the wall.
What?
Not
oh, my.
100% certain. Just going to do a quick penalty check. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, don't mind me. To make sure that there's no black flags. Oh, that was a nice transition noise. Did you hear that? Cool. Almost like adding production value to something that is SDK.
Amazing already.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
it's
what
amazing already. Right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, Thiago lost it. Okay, he's just checking to see what was going on over there.
Yeah, I want to see what happened to my buddy Thiago. What's going on here? Not good. Did he slow down too much, SDK? Is that what he did?
No, he actually had a thing.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Go! Oh, I think
he did the thing though. Yeah, he did the thing.
Well, goodness. Well, thank God that he ended up getting it going.
I got a Sean Ryan crash. What?
Yeah, there's a few of those.
Did he just slow down?
Hitting out.
Ryan coming out of the pits.
Yep. Yeah, Sean is
Jimmy
blinking
Hayden
hard.
is actually caught back up, so he's got his beer. I think he downed it. And now he's back up to Morgan. Here you can see Sean Ryan again to the inside, trying desperately to pass Thornton. Oh, they make wall contact. Oh my goodness. I go back and see that all in total there. I think Sean might have used him up a little bit. He might be a little bit fed up with Thornton. We'll see. Okay, nope, that was just okay. Nope, just hooked his quarter panel a little bit. We're all good. Ladies and gentlemen, everything is fine. Ish.
So, what happened to old Andrew there? Looks like he fell back a little bit.
Yes, we watched it earlier. Storsum got hooked by Morgan when they were slowing down for Chris Schuessler, if you remember a couple laps back.
Oh, yeah. I thought he stayed up there with, I thought that's where Jimmy...
No,
it's all starting to run together. Yeah, you're right.
So, lots of cool things to talk about. Richard Hibbs, not to be confused with Hobbs.
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
On his way up 10 positions, kind of got robbed a little bit, I think, on what you
On the
call it?
debacle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the thing. He's like, dummy, look at the race control thing that I sent you so that you can do a better job.
Right.
But
I mean, to be fair,
yeah, uh-oh.
Brandon Dooley's also up there.
I got a double Jeff Oaks crash. That's not good.
Oh.
Oh, that's such a good looking Porsche. Jeff, don't do it.
He must have slid twice. Yep,
Oh.
he slid twice. Oh, yeah.
Just caught a
Okay.
little bit of
A little assisted turning there with Chris.
oh,
Chris's
and
help.
Sean Ryan is dropping down the leaderboards like a rock. Oh, he's
Oh.
destroyed. Oh, him and Jimmy are absolutely destroyed.
Oh no.
Well, we're gonna have to go
What
back.
has happened? Oh man, he lost it in the turn. Oh yeah, and then just got like you said, there's no room to get around anybody, so
Oh my goodness, and then collects Jimmy as well.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, Sean and Jimmy.
Oh, Sean
my.
Sean is trying desperately. Oh my goodness, to drive it back to the pits. And
He's driving sideways.
Yeah, he got rid of it there.
Sorry, Gavin. I'm trying to get over the pits.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh man.
Oh man. Wow. I'll tell you what, that's some talent for Sean to be driving that car like that because wow.
He didn't drive it for long, unfortunately, but
oh yeah, no.
But here
Man.
comes, and Thornton is broke. Thornton is in the lead, and he is broke, trying like desperately to drive through the extreme suspension damage. But Brandon Dooley here should be able to just get around him, no contest at this point. As Thornton can't even hold the car straight. I mean, it's
everybody's having a hard time.
Yeah, everybody's broke.
Coming out of the pit.
Morgan's coming out of the pits.
Let's see what that's gonna look like because we already know that's gonna be fun times.
Yeah, a bunch of drivers laps down here now. Morgan falls back to 15th. Well, he's looking pretty clean now.
The pits.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh. Hell, if that's my clipping or if that's them, I don't honestly know anymore.
No, I'm getting the same thing. Jimmy is flashing in and out.
Yeah. I can't get some.
Sean was too.
Yeah, get some Jay earlier. It said Long Beach is always like this. It's like Bristol on ladies' night. Yeah, it's a rough one for sure. So it is a rough one for sure. Brandon Dooley, currently our P1 driver with Richard Hibbs up 14 spots, and P2
hitting the flat
on the back of him, but 7/10 off the back. From there, it spreads out. Daniel McConnell in P3. All right, Thiago Fernandez finds himself in P4, and Logan Key rounding out the top 5 in a race that, I mean, we're not even halfway done. I just
no,
oh my
no,
goodness.
We're not.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't think it was due to a lack of respect. Truthfully, I don't. I just think that was not quite enough room for some of the moves to happen tonight. There's a lot of aggressiveness over positioning, and it just didn't work out the way that it intended to. So it's rough, man. It's really rough. But we're still rolling. Some of these guys up here are having fun. I bet if you asked Brandon Dooley how his race was going, he would say he's having a lot of fun right now. So no complaints for him, for sure. Looks to maneuver lap car here, giving him the flashers saying, "Excuse me, sir, but I would like to go through." And the lap car says, nah.
Nah, we're good. Of course, you got Thiago coming up in 4th place. He's seems to be doing well.
Yep, you sure do. Mr. Thiago, the white Lambo himself, getting a little loose there. Shades of Jimmy Hayden, getting sideways, trying to make something happen in the number 23 Octopus Lamborghini.
Right in front of him is a Texas boy himself, Daniel McConnell.
Yep, Daniel, the first of, I think, at least 3, if not 4 Texas boys out there tonight. Get some. How many Texas boys I got in the field tonight? Help me out here. We've got
Yeah.
I know we've
So
got
there's
Daniel McConnell.
Daniel,
Can't miss him.
Gavin.
Yeah, Goldie's here as well. Yeah. And Dalton Alexander, that's 4.
Dalton Alexander, yep. And Goldie, yeah. So that makes 4 that I count.
Very nice. Well, Daniel McConnell is leading them all right now as he is up to 7 positions to P3. And having a little bit of an incident there, but he got woed up in plenty of time. Chris Schusler and Rashana seemingly getting into an issue there. Let's back this up really quick and take a look at Rashana and what had happened here. Oh, just to get to the brakes. Oh, right into the back of Chris Schusler.
Yeah.
And then nowhere. A couple drivers are going to try to sneak by, and then you'll see Dalton here just skate ever so closely. Yep, a little bit of movement before Daniel got there. So again, just some more notes on that. I might have even tried to back up a little bit to get closer to the wall before I made my start. Yep, get some confirms. We've got 4 Texas boys in the field tonight, so good stuff.
We got Logan Key making some nice passes by Rashana and Chris there, up in 5th now.
Yeah, Logan's had probably one of his best nights so far this season, possibly due to just not having bad luck or misfortune, which will definitely do you good in a race like tonight's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
His the tack trig for 121 machine.
Ooh, what the?
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're pitting. Okay, yeah. Daniel, Tiago, a few of them just pitting in.
So we do have a fuel strategy involved in some of this, where you have to come in and
right?
put gas in your car.
Forgot about that.
Oh, man. Unbelievable. But Brandon Dooley and Richard Hibbs decide they are going to stay out, try to stretch their fuel tank a little bit. But like you said, Tiago Fernandez, Daniel McConnell, Andrew Stores, them all coming in to service their cars. At this time, we'll see them all, oh my goodness, all basically on top of each other here as they head towards the pit exit. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them all go gray at the exact same moment. I was like, oh, what just happened? And then, pitting, got it, yeah. And then, you know, before that pit, we had Kenny Caution was right behind Logan there.
That was Morgan crashing right there. We catch that. It happened right in front of us. I'm not sure him and Thornton got connected here or if Morgan just lost it. Oh, yeah, just could not get the rotation. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, ouch, Morgan.
Oh, my goodness.
We talked about him driving through the field, not driving through walls. I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, we've also got indicated a crash from Logan Key here, but it's in that spot, so this could be nothing. Fingers crossed for nothing.
Could just be him slow.
I'm going to get a drive through the next time I get a point.
Yeah. Yep, I'd say Logan's clean.
Yeah, he's looking good. Tiago has resurfaced in P10, where he's currently sitting with all the drivers around him. Talked about that. Let's see if I got it on my board here or not. Don't seem to have that up there, but I know Thornton just mentioned, Tiago's back in the pits. That's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. I'm not sure if he had a black flag, maybe he needed to drive through for speeding, or maybe he didn't get enough fuel in the car. I'm not sure which, but the 23 machine is back on pit road. This will definitely hurt his chances of that solid finish tonight.
Yeah, somebody said something about a drive-through.
Yeah, I think that was Thornton.
I didn't catch that.
I think that was Thornton. Brandon Dooley still out in front currently. Richard Hibbs, P2, about 3 seconds
I'm coming
back.
in here.
Now, interestingly enough, Silent Night, Holy Night, something like that. Leighton Norgard, P5. That's fantastic news. Sure he's loving that.
I see.
Absolutely. Great stuff.
Gavin pit.
Yep, Gavin, somebody's coming out right behind a Leighton here, and hopefully they hurt themselves. I don't think that's Gavin. Goldie coming out of the pits as well.
Well, we got Kenny Caution on 3rd right now.
Yeah, look at that. Eddie McGrath himself. guy that doesn't read things in Discords in P3. I'm just kidding, Kenny, but do you not read things
No,
in
he's not.
Discords? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Fuel and body work and band-aids, yeah. Band-aids and maybe some head pats or something. Just somebody to tell you that it's gonna be okay. Yeah, we're hurting feelings out here tonight. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Brandon and Hibbs both coming in. Brandon Dooley and Richard Hibbs
Ooh.
coming into pit.
Yeah, Brandon, we've got Brandon right here in front of us here, and then Richard right back there. So we'll see who can get out first. We'll keep an eye on Dooley.
Kenny Caution went in the pits.
Yep.
Logan Key.
Amazing the
That's gonna
distance
put-
that the first two cars had on the field to think that third place just pitted. And these guys are
Yeah.
1-2 and they're just
74
pitting.
exiting pit.
Oh, Hibbs beats him out. Richard Hibbs takes the
Oh.
position of Leighton Norgard, retains P1. I'm not sure if he has pitted yet. I don't think he has.
I don't think so.
We'll keep an eye on these two as this
Heading out.
should be the fight for the lead. They've got, no cars coming from behind for a little bit. Cruz Schussler way back there in the horizon. I'm not quite sure. It almost looked like Dooley might have gotten a tire off the blue line there. I hope that didn't give him a penalty. He'll be devastated if that was, but currently Richard Hibbs' race. Leighton currently realistic P1, actual P1, but I think Richard Hibbs realistic P1 after the pit
Fitting
cycles.
out.
These two will do battle with
Fitting out.
just under 20 minutes left in our very, very violent capture the flag contest. So,
I mean, capture the flag with C4.
yeah, I don't think they need it tonight. I think the cars have done enough. As you
Nope,
see,
Leighton just went in.
Yep, Leighton
Yep.
pitting. Yep. So I think we saw that.
Yep.
But it's all good. Man, there was an awful noise that just came out of Richard Hibbs' machine there as he caught the rumble strip there, almost like it bottomed out or something. I don't quite exactly know what happened there, but
Thanks, Kyle.
Taney
Heading out.
P1 at the moment, looking good. These guys have a
Yeah.
few cars coming out of the pits in front of them. Kyle Foster Moore there in the red Ferraris. These guys are going to come through. Full head of steam. They are clear for the moment, but they definitely have some traffic to navigate up in front of them. Ken Chrisman currently trying desperately to chase down Jeff Oakes. Guys are currently fighting for 12th position. Ken Chrisman, not somebody we had talked about too much so far this season, but finding himself currently up 6 spots from jump there. Has a little bit of a bad exit the corner, but he is, for the moment, still trying to chase down Jeff. He's got Morgan right behind him, but I don't think Morgan's for position. I think Morgan is, on a different lap, unfortunately, so he's just there in spirit. Thiago, the next real position behind these guys, fighting on as well after his double pit stop. Not sure what that was about. Possibly a penalty or something to that effect. But lots going on. We've still got a pretty close gap between Richard Hibbs and Brandon Dooley. Leighton Norgard also under fire from Logan Key. So Leighton pitted and he came out sixth. He gave up the lead and came out sixth. That's pretty great for a race with this many competitive drivers. And you can tell how spread out the field is. Leighton putting on a show tonight, though, for sure. 24 seconds down. Only about 5 seconds off of Andrew Storzum, trying to chase down P5 as Andrew passes the screen there for Chris Schussler. Lots going on, Will. It looks like we've actually started to settle into a little bit of a racing rhythm.
It looks like it. I was looking at the numbers here. It looks like Corey Goldie, your boy from the Texas race team, is the last. He's in P19. He's the last one on the lead lap.
Yeah,
looks
you can
like.
see the leaders breathing down his neck right in his mirror right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's either got to figure it out or get out of the way here, unfortunately. He's going to have 2 very fast cars coming with a full head of steam. T. Thornton Thomas still manages to be in P3 after his massive damage contact there with Sean Ryan's car. Not exactly treating him as well as he would have liked, but I mean, to recover to P3 is pretty crazy. He is, however, getting pressured from, wait for it, Daniel McConnell. That was a terrible intro because he was completely behind Thornton, but there he is. The Texas Speed number 73 is trying to get his car back on the podium. He likes to finish third. I've noticed this. He likes to be third or fourth. Not the most dominant car all night, but man, as the race goes on, Daniel McConnell seems to figure out how to turn this BMW on and really get some good racing out of it. Really good speed. But he is going to start applying the pressure to Thornton Thomas here. Try to knock Thornton off the podium. What else we got going on? Jimmy Hayden's back up to 8th. Not much to talk about there. I don't think he's drifting. Kenny McGrath in 9th. I talk about Kenny too. He's having a pretty great race. We've highlighted this before, but the pit cycles have gone out. He's no longer the leader or the second per se, but he is 9th, up 8 positions, Will, and that's a great look for him, I think. What do you think?
You know what really surprises me and makes me happy is to see his car mostly intact.
Yep, faster pairs are a beautiful thing. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's done great. I mean, it's obvious being in the position that he's in, that he's, worked his way from the back, or at least mid-pack, with the cluster of what was our heat race. And, yeah, he is sitting in 9th, good 2 seconds or 3 seconds so up to Mr. Jimmy Hayden. And he's kind of on an island right now, and like we had said previously, it's a great time to buy an island here in Long Beach because, man, you don't like neighbors. Neighbors are just not conducive to
they're not very nice.
Good
not
lap
here.
times and keeping sheet metal on your car. They're conducive to weight reduction. That's about what they're conducive to.
I'll tell you what, this is not an easy track to navigate traffic, and Chris Schuessler has been doing a really good job. He just came into the pits, but right after that hairpin, he had a couple of people passing him or trying to pass him, and I mean, he's just been solid, not giving it up, but at the same time, not just, blocking anybody out of the way, just being very good at letting people navigate as they need, right?
Yeah, it's like a little stop and go there for him. He might have hit his incident limit there. Definitely not unrealistic for sure. If you ask SDK though, he crashed. So
yeah. Yeah.
Take a look at a Corey Goldie incident here. And oh, look where it is. Oh my God. This is, I need to just stop pushing these. Oh no! Actual spin! Ding, ding, ding. Rashana gets around. Corey's going to pull it to the wall. Oh, scrapes the wall, but still very good move.
He's out of
for
it,
Corey there. Yeah, no, we appreciate that up here in the booth for sure. We absolutely appreciate that. I am check back in here on the battle for third place right now between Thornton and Daniel. They're trying to get past Rashana and Chris Schuessler, who always seem to find each other on the track. It's actually hilarious. They're like racing buddies at this point, but it's so awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Thornton got about a half a second lead there. He kind of needed to get around quickly, and I think he pushed enough of the issue, and he did, but he goes wide. Daniel takes advantage. Oh boy, the chase might be on here. As you see, he's trying to break draft. 46 machine back and forth down the straightaway there.
I get another meatball cleared.
Oh my goodness.
Meatball.
Let's take a look here. Pat Dalton. Okay.
That's done.
So, battle rages on. P3.
It does. It very much
we got
does.
going on here. Logan Key looking like he is still trying to stick to the back of a Leighton. This is very surprising for me. A Leighton normally so strong on road, and Logan has his moments, but this week he is showing that he is racing with the big dogs. He's not just 7th because he dodged Rex, Will. He's 7th because he's fast tonight.
Yep, he wants it, and he's staying with it. I mean, he's up 6 positions from the start. A Leighton up 5. So, and then Andrew Storsum right in front of him up 4.
Yeah, and you know I had to take a look at the field. So we're gonna go through the field really quick, and I want you to
Okay.
notice something for me. So here's Richard
All
Hibbs in
right.
P1. What's he driving, Will?
Yep. Well, it looks like he does not have C4 in the hood, so that looks like a BMW.
Okay. It's Brandon Dooley in P2 right behind him. What's he driving, Will?
Again, no C4, BMW.
Thornton Thomas?
No C4, WMB.
What about Daniel McConnell?
Also no C4.
And then we get to Andrew Storism.
Definitely C4.
Okay. And then just for good measure, what's a Leighton driving?
Well, Leighton, Logan, Jimmy, and Gavin. All 4 of them behind there. So
Guys,
looks like
there's
Beamers have it.
8 BMWs inside our top 10. The only 2 cars being Andrew Storism in 5th, as we said, and Corey Abbott in the Porsche back in P10. That's just wow. BMW represent.
So let me ask this question. Does that mean that BMWs just handle better, or is it because they can take the hits better?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I really don't know what. Yeah, I got nothing. The BMW has classically always been one of the more balanced cars in the class. It doesn't give you too much drama. It does have a pretty good range of rotation as far as, oh my God, look at all the crashes. Well, I gotta look at this. Is it everybody just going through the final? Oh my God, it is Jimmy. Oh God. Let's see what Jimmy did. How did Jimmy crash? Oh, Rashana is stopped in the middle of the track. That's kind of terrifying. Not sure what Rashana.
That's Jimmy crashing right there.
Yeah,
that was
Jimmy,
him crashing.
Epic crash from the 42 BMW.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the fight for the lead here as we close in. Well, we've got just over 5 minutes left. Blink and you don't miss it. Nobody blinked. It was bad, but you know. We're getting through it. In chat, get some J. Chris Hugh was all alone, being nice, loving his pretty car. Then boom. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Chris is struggling just like the rest of us tonight, but you know he's still going to have that chip on his shoulder. Oh no, Morgan has jumped to the pits. That's not what we like to see.
What happened to Morgan? Show us.
Oh man.
Oh. Yep. That's a thing.
And as much as that was a super unfortunate incident, take note of how he let the car roll safely off the racing line and then decided to tow from there. Super unfortunate, but I mean, even in crashing, you know how somebody is more of a professional or has more experience than those who don't. Just things you know to do, and I feel bad for Morgan tonight. Lots of drivers that have had a bad night, but that was respect, Morgan, for that. If you're watching this back, buddy, I appreciate you for rolling out of the way like that, and that's an example in the up-and-coming iRacing drivers. Does not matter how bad the crash is. It doesn't matter how upset you are. It's pretty rough. Damage. Talking about damage. Nobody's allowed to get damage. We've hit our quota. Not allowed.
Yeah.
Daniel McConnell still applying the pressure to Thornton. Kind of the same story. 1-2 fighting, 3-4 fighting. Corey Abbott trying to take 9th place away from Gavin. Trying to get that Porsche a little bit deeper inside the top 10. To fight the BMW power gang right now.
Yeah.
Like he's going after Mr. Gavin. Oh man. Dowmit? I think it's Dowmit. We talked about this. I'm terrible at this, so.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
So, and if you
oh no!
Man.
Oh.
Shauna there.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
Get out of the way.
That's not what we wanted to see. That was fortunate little contact there. Gavin pulling out, I think, at the last second. Trying to get out of the way, but I think he was already out of the way there. It's just the speed difference sometimes surprises these guys tonight, so I totally get it. But the battle rage is on for P9. We'll jump back up the gap here on P1. I mean, Brandon Dooley has not left Richard Hibbs's rear bumper since these guys came out of the pits, some probably 10 laps ago. It's been amazing. It's just Brandon can't find a spot to get around him. You know, and it's impressive. I mean, it's great driving. I think these are teammates, I think. You think?
I know they've done endurance races together,
Yeah, I
but
think they teamed up with
Hardcore
Morgan.
is, fighting for position.
you know, we had the same story in reverse
Darn, I
before the
can't turn at
pits.
speed either.
The heck is going on? You guys are crazy. Sorry, go ahead, Will. What were you saying?
I was just saying, you know, we got Hibbs in the lead now and Dooley on his tail the whole time, not letting up. But before pits, it was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Dooley was in the lead and Hibbs was on his tail. So, like you said, I don't know if there's any real
Trying to race.
opportunity to get around anybody much.
Yep. No, I completely agree.
That was an accident, but I don't know.
Jimmy trying to work his way around. Oh, man.
They mean to get into the back of you. It just braked earlier than I expected. My bad.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Or Corey. Good guy. We've had him up here in the booth a couple times. Hasn't been in it for a couple races. This is his first race back in a couple weeks, and really 19th up 4 positions. So I don't think it's been a good night for him kind of throughout. But never know.
In and out, in and out.
Is that Telemake? Is that
In and out.
last name? I like that. I've not talked about it too much. This is wait.
My big Kyle.
A 5th one? Will?
Yeah, I was trying to get out of the way. I'm sorry.
What? No. Oh, it is. It sure is.
Oh. You guys are killing me with these names. Hiberle Telemake? Is that? Oh.
That is definitely a 5th one. Get some. He's got some explaining to do.
Get some. You got some explaining to do, man. What's up? I mean, I appreciate you
He
calling
missed
out.
one.
I appreciate you calling out Morgan's class move there, but what's up, man? You missed one of your drivers? Like, what are we doing here? You know, you guys had like the early 2000s Roush 5-car dominating team tonight. Like, what's up? That's fantastic. So,
Yep, good stuff.
usual suspects here. Getting really close to the end here. I believe somebody did call the white flag. It's possible. It's going to come down to the wire here. 30 seconds left. If these guys can get back to the finish line, I don't think they're going to. I think this is going to be for all the marbles. So we'll keep an eye on this battle. This is for the lead, for the win. Richard Hibbs currently sitting P1 over Brandon Dooley in P2. And they get a good exit.
Hairpin.
Yes.
Oh,
and
he's
Dooley
got
tried it all.
Rich.
Tried it all. Thornton seems to have a pretty good gap here. Can he get his car rotated?
Rich.
He can. He can. Thornton Thomas is gonna retain the podium P3 over Daniel McConnell. P4. Leighton Norgard closing up.
Have green on my mirrors.
P5. Oh, Rashana's out in the wall. Oh my goodness, Rashana's crashed there, and so is Kyle Moore. Not how they want their races to end, but I'm sure they really just do want them to. Leighton Norgard will come across P5 with Andrew Storrs in P6 right behind him. Logan Key advances to P7 in his race. Jimmy Hayden P8. Gavin Dowmett, second of the Texas Speed Cars. Greg Grayson Corey, I think he's going to get him though. To the line, he is going to grab P9. Corey Abbott secures the top 10 position. Continue to go through the field here with Jeff Oakes in P11, Brian Beeman in P12. Out of the final corner, Thiago Fernandez P13. Looks like
Thiago went in the pits.
I'm not 100% sure how that worked out. He just lost the spot to Kenny, who will actually grab 13th, and Dalton, who will grab 14th, and Thiago crossing in 15th. Not quite sure what happened there, but yeah, so that is your top 15. And that is it, folks. So jump to our results screen as I had just gone through them, and it is not showing. Okay, well, I'm glad I went through them then. So yeah, good stuff. But wow, that was a lot to talk about. Yeah, that was a race. I think sometimes stores him celebrating for us there down in the scenic cam. Good for him. Good for him. Talk to the drivers here really quick. And lots of folks already bailing out on me. Well, guys, that was one of the more interesting ones for sure. But I appreciate patience on my end, trying to get everything sorted, and then with the racing out there tonight. Gonna have a few things to talk about for sure. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna handle this race, but congratulations, Richard. Um, it looked like you guys had a nice little battle up there too for first and second, and then third and fourth for Thornton and Daniel as well. So congratulations to everybody there. On to hopefully a track that's a little bit more forgiving and has wider walls next week. Um, and yeah, we'll chat. I'm gonna try my best to make the outcome of this race, whatever we decide, something that's fair for the folks that did well, but also doesn't hopefully penalize too much folks that got messed up by stuff that really was out of their control. So we'll handle it best we can, and just appreciate all your guys' patience tonight. And thank you all for coming out. We'll see you next week. But yeah,
You're still number one.
Thank
I
you,
think
Race Pro.
with all the craziness tonight and everything, as much as it might not be a terrible idea to get some interviews, I think we might just
Thanks,
pass
man. You're
just to
great.
give everybody some time, take a break, and we'll come back to it
Also, I
next week.
promise all the salt on track was actually from being near the ocean, not from any other circumstances.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
I see.
Thiago.
Yeah.
Get some says terrible. You guys do such an awesome job. Make it fun. Hey, man, I appreciate it, and I'm sure Will does too. But yeah, it's this is one of those nights, Will, where I'm really glad you were here, man. Because that was I my brain is still trying to spin gears and process. I really don't.
Well, let me ask you this right quick.
Yeah.
So for the whole last part of that race, I was watching. I was like, man, Andrew Storzum had the best lap at 1:18.991, going up. I think all the way up until either the last one or two laps of the race, and then somebody pulled up and took it away from him right at the end. Do you know who that is?
Well, I have the thing up so I can tell you. I think it's Corey Abbott that took it with a
Mm-hmm.
118.88. So he was
Mm-hmm.
flying. Fortunately, did not get him past Gavin there at the end, but I'm sure he would have wanted it to. But it was some close racing, for sure. We did have some racing there the second half, and I already have some Discord pings, so this is gonna be fun. But but for the most part, though, we kept it respectful. I mean, that was probably in some cases worse looking than an official race, but the comms were mostly clean, informative, folks being respectful to each other, and we had a lot of instances where drivers got themselves off and out of the way, even in places where, excuse me, there really wasn't a lot of room to do so. So hats off to everybody tonight for that. Yeah, on to next week. Be tackling going next week. Let's talk about it. Where are we going?
It's a great question.
Yeah, we are going to
It's a place that has, a road.
BIR. So we go from walls too tight to there are no walls, and if you go off track, you're in the grass for 3 miles. Very nice.
Hmm.
So that should be fun. See us back on the 4th for that. But before we go there, tomorrow night, it's Auto Club Speedway.
Hmm.
Taking the next gens
Hmm.
to Auto Club for some oval action. Those guys are probably a lot readier to get back to some left turns than these guys were tonight for sure. But yeah, coming off of the race last week that I unfortunately wasn't even race controlling for, but luckily it was a road race. It sounds like it went well.
Yeah, let me tell you about that race, right?
Tell me about that race.
We talked about road courses not having these full cautions, and talked about how race controlling that would have been so easy. The very beginning of that race, Kerry had to throw a caution right at the
Yep.
beginning because iRacing would not for some reason. I mean, there was 5 cars out of like 20 something that were still running the track, and
Yep.
iRacing did not throw the caution. Carried through that caution. Everybody got sorted, everything got situated, and not another caution throughout the rest of the race. It was clean, beautiful, nice, fun, exciting. Lots going on, but um, unlike tonight where lots of stuff going on all over the place, just craziness everywhere, different type of road, but
Yep.
still fun racing. And so coming back to the oval tomorrow, where you get to throw a lot more cautions. Congratulations.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Good times. Cautions will be good. I like throwing them more for the oval races than I do for the road races for sure. I don't like throwing cautions on road races. I'm not really supposed to have them. So definitely some takeaway notes for sure. I know I learned a thing or two as far as the race control side of things goes. But yeah, it was an interesting one. Like I said, we'll take our notes. Be very happy that we're rolling into a track with a little bit more space to mingle next week. But again, can't say enough about this community. We have a very, very diverse field of drivers in terms of skill level. Um, you know, we talk about the races having a lot of incidents and the speed differences and everything, but you guys have to understand. I mean, we've got drivers like Morgan, Sean Ryan, Jimmy Hayden, these guys that are Richard Hibbs, Brandon Dooley, the guys that actually won the race. Daniel McConnell. I don't want to omit any names here, just using some examples, but guys that are absolute fiends behind the wheel and have been for quite some time, whether it was real life racing experience or just iRacing, sim racing in general for a long time. You've got drivers at the back, Chris Schuessler, Rashana Trey, folks that are still in the very early phases of figuring it out. Maybe they don't have as much time to put in the practice or anything. And unlike even the official sessions where they use that I rating to kind of put everybody in a rank and group like speeded drivers together, we just have this huge gap. And it will cause issues sometimes, but we work through those. And hopefully we can turn those into learning experiences and all that. But normal communities like this, it just wouldn't fly. I think there would be a lot more name calling, a lot more call outs, and just ugly stuff that we just simply don't have because we've got a group here that is for real. I think making a difference and setting the tone for sim racing in general. And I cannot stress that enough. You guys are so fun week in and week out to work with, and it's fantastic.
Well, you're talking about these guys, and I'm looking in the Discord, and I'm seeing a group of people sitting over there. Danny Bro, Connor, Dooley Lama, Chris Schuessler, Logan Key, Morgan Tagay,
Oh gosh.
Richard
Well,
Hibbs. I see a lot of people waiting like they want to talk to you.
oh
So,
man.
I mean, I'm
And
just
I
saying.
noticed my only message was Morgan and he wanted us to talk. So, oh god. All right. Well, you
Yeah,
know what? Why not? Let's pull him. Let's
do it.
pull him. I got to fold my chats here and everything. All right.
Bang.
Whoops. I didn't mean to do that.
Greetings.
There we go. Good to do. Pulling some folks, pulling some more folks, and I think I pulled everybody. Okay,
You
so
got us.
full disclosure, I wasn't gonna do any interviews tonight because I was a little bit nervous about the everybody's mood. But even Morgan's telling me that he's got folks in the chat. So, um, hi everybody, how's it going?
Oh, we're
Fun.
good.
All right, get
Uh,
him.
oh man,
I think we're all relieved. It's done.
yeah, oh man, I was telling Will, I was like, I don't know. I guess it just wasn't a great track choice. I know we've got a big diverse field here or whatever, but I just hope that everybody found a little time to have some fun tonight for sure. But we've got 2 drop weeks for a reason, I guess.
No, it was cool. It's just, got to do this different stuff. It was fun. I mean, it was, it was racing.
Yeah, I think we started to race there in the last 10 to 15 minutes or so of the actual feature, but oy, that was a rough one, guys. But I don't really have a format. I don't really have any questions. My brain's kind of mush right now. Silk, if you want to maybe
I
ask a
got
couple
you, man.
folks
Go
some
ahead.
questions.
Go ahead and go to sleep. Chris, you started off already, and I was gonna tell him, Bull might be having some what do you call it? Some bad feelings about the race or whatever because of what happened. And to be fair, a lot happened, and that's cool. But I was gonna say, Chris Schuessler, if anybody has anything good to say about this race, it's going to be Chris. So we need to hear from him just to get Bull's spirits back up and running. So Chris, talk to me about your race. How'd you feel tonight?
Well, I mean, personally, I felt okay. I mean, I think I drove it okay, considering I didn't practice a lot. I drove it over the weekend once with PCA, and I did okay. So I'm glad I got to like pre-drive before tonight, and it was okay. It's just a tough track. There's no, no runoff, nowhere to go. The start was tough, but it was just it's good to do something different, I guess. To just have that. There's
Mhm.
always something to kind of take away from doing different, tracks and different formats and all that. So I don't have a lot to say either. I was joking with the guys before you pulled us all in here. I for the most part drove a pretty clean race. I was happy with my driving. Um, I was hoping to gain some positions, through attrition, and that didn't exactly kind of like work out for me. I think once the race kind of started, I think everyone drove for the most part pretty clean, and I was just kind of laughing to myself, like going through turn like 11, the hairpin. I don't have the greatest line, so I was just kind of going slow through there and wide, and I think by doing that, it kind of leaves the door open to get past, which is fine. And I would constantly get bumped. So I would always acquire like, a 1X for that. And again, it's probably because I don't have a good line, leave the door open, drivers,
Right.
see the pocket and get through. So it's funny is I actually acquired a drive-through penalty on the last lap of the race, but
Oh,
didn't have to take it because it was the last lap. So, that was that. But just like I said, just kind of like funny how you just kind of it's easy to get them. You bump the wall, cars stack up, and then yeah. Anyway, it was a great time. Had a good one.
well, I noticed your road dog was back there with you, Rashana Trey.
Yeah,
You
at the
guys
end
seem to
we
find
hooked
each
up
other
again.
every race. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
we
was
were talking
down.
about that.
He was down a
Yeah.
lap. I assume he, got damaged, so he was down a lap. Um, and then we had a little collide, and I had to go in. So I think then we were on the same lap, and then I had a little bit of a lousy corner and had to go in for repairs again. So then we were on the same lap. I was able to come out like just before him, and then we had some fun. I don't know. We did a couple laps where I was, trying to defend, and um, I was lucky. It worked out, so I was able to finish ahead of him. But yeah, we always seem to find each other on track, and we have a good time. So it was fun.
Right on, right on. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you guys seem to find each other. It's like you're pushing each other to constantly get better week by week, and that's
Yeah,
good stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
always
So it
nice
was
to see you here, Chris. Appreciate
hey,
it.
thank you.
Let's see. We got 1, 2, and 3 here tonight. I guess we can go ahead and get you guys done. I'm not sure if Bull wants to do his standard thing, but we had P1. Richard Hibbs takes it away. So Hibbs, you and Brandon Dooley were doing battle the entire race before the pit stop. You were in P2. Brandon Dooley was in P1. After the pit stop, you seemed to squeak out ahead of him. Coming out of the pit lane, and you just held it there. So. Uh, let's talk about that, Hibbs. What you got?
Yeah, it was a bit of a battle of this race. I started 16th because the pre-final was a little bit of a fun thing for me.
A little bit, huh?
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, qualify 11th after the hairpin. I'm 20th. Whatever.
Yeah, no, the hairpin under yellow, right? Not the one under green. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
God.
And then for this start, it was just like, okay, just try to keep myself clean and see where I can get to. And managed to avoid all the little carnage that was happening ahead of me. There was a big stack up in turn 1 on the inside. I think there was 5 cars. Nose to tail stopped. And I was kind of waiting for them to start moving again, but when they didn't move, I had to go. Otherwise, I'm going to get piled into. So got a few spots in turn 1, and then there was another crash turn 4, I guess it was, and with Diego and stuff like that. Got through that, and then it was. I was kind of surprised I was like 8th after the first lap. I'm like, I can see the leaders. Okay, this is good. So it kind of kept on trying to turn laps, but not kill the tires. And then as we got closer to the fuel window, I was suddenly up in P2 as my stop was coming, and I think I was 5th before the pit window opened. And then just saw that I went in as Brandon went in, and with the intent of short filling a little bit and jumped him. And then as we were coming to the start finish line on the last lap, it was 1 minute 20 as I crossed the line of laps left, but it gave me the yellow flag or white flag. Luckily, I had an extra banker lap, but I had saved that while leading. I was fuel saving while leading.
Nice.
Brendan's my teammate for the 12 hour as well, so I know his game. He knows my game. He was trying to get a little bit of room where he could, but I was just trying to be fast in the right spots.
Yeah, so I guess I will ask my question here because I am curious, Richard. How much of a game changer is that when the person that you're duking it out with for the past, last 20 minutes of the race is somebody that you race with and work with all the time? How is that different from somebody maybe you don't know?
It's good and bad because you know where they know your weaknesses are, and you know where their weaknesses are. So you try to take advantage, but they're trying to take advantage as well. So sometimes when it's a person you don't know, it's actually more relaxing than having somebody you do know behind you, because you know that they're like, Brendan's pretty good. He's pretty relaxed most of the time, but he's competitive. I know he wants to win. So I'm sat here going, I'm just waiting for the big lunge, especially as I'm fuel saving, going into like turn 1 or down the back straight. Just one of those points where it was like, if he gets the opportunity, he will take it. So it was just trying to be aware of getting the good drives out of the corner so that he didn't have the ability to outbrake me.
Yep, but if you can also, but it also helps knowing the person. I think like I can trust him into every braking zone because I know he's going to be consistent. I know lap after lap he's going to hit the same brake points, so I can do that, 2 or 3 tenths right behind him as well, and not kind of leave a gap hoping that they'll make the brake zone and that kind of stuff and not spin right in front of me. So it's, yeah, like he said, there's pros and cons of it, but that's a big pro in my book, that I don't have to feel on edge if they're going to lose it at any moment, or if they're going to break super early for some random reason. So it makes it really comfortable.
Right on, right on. And so it's both good and bad on your nerves. It's relaxing in that you can trust what they're going to do, and you can feel that, but at the same time it's anxiety ridden because you know that they're about to push you or they're about to make their move. And yeah, I get that. So we've heard Richard Hibbs. Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit about your part of this?
Yeah, I had a very similar story to Rich. So I think I qualified 4th or 5th or something like that. I think I started 7th into the sprint, and then immediately was into 12th after the hairpin prior to the start. So kind of got dropped back immediately from that. So started 12th in the feature. Rich was a few spots behind in 16th, and just kind of took it easy, realizing that probably everybody's going to be pushing it, trying to gain some position. Because if once we get in a single file line at speed, it's going to be tough to get around. As you saw with me and Rich, it's like, I mean, even trying to get little runs here and there, it's like you needed a big run or a big mistake from them, and that wasn't going to happen with Rich. So it was just kind of buy my time. Don't hit the wall. Don't hit somebody else that's spinning. We had a few spinners kind of in front of us as we came around corners that we both avoided and navigated fairly well. So yeah, similar situation. Others in front kept having issues. So kind of playing I'm going to run my consistent laps and let attrition happen and just try to avoid everything as much as possible. So yeah, it was all good. Learning experience for everybody. I think everybody can take away something that good, bad, and we'll never do again. So yeah.
I know I sure can. Oh, jeez. So yeah, that was great, and it was funny too, because I have SDK's dashboard here on my other screen, and it highlights the the closer gaps, between cars, and it was funny. Your guys' gap was always at least yellow, if not orange or red. You're just so close for, gosh, literally the past 20 minutes or so. So that was really entertaining. It's kind of like, well, what do we watch? Well, I could continue to watch 1, 2, or try to look anywhere else in case Brandon tries to make a move or something. But that's fantastic. But I have to ask, maybe a little bit off topic slightly, but for both Richard and Brandon, how'd you guys' Sebring go? 12-hour.
So Sebring, so Morgan's in here too. So Morgan, Rich, and myself are all on a team. We have one other guy, sometimes races here, Adam Novotny.
Mhm.
Four of us took it on. We were split two Friday night and had a little bit of a maybe hiccup in qualifying. Started a little further back than I think maybe Morgan and wanted to from a comfort level from him starting the race. But again, just kind of played it out. It's a long 12 hours is a long time to be behind the wheel and keep a clean car. So kind of let that battle play out. Let the guys that wanted to try to run quality speed laps the whole time do it. And by a few hours in, they were in the wall and then 20 some laps down. So yeah, by the end of it, we ended up winning our split by a lap. I think we let the P2 car unlap himself one lap right there at the end, just not wanting to push it and letting them go. But really good race from everybody. All four of us on the team, I think, all did our jobs, kept the car clean, and ran fast when we needed to. And yeah, got the W.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to all four of you. Great stuff.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks. Probably a little bit more of a calming, relaxing experience than tonight for sure, but happens. All right. So who's your next victim? I mean, contestant.
Well, we got P3 in here, Thornton Thomas, who has a big story to tell. So I'll go ahead and let Thornton talk about it.
I don't even know which big story you're referring to.
Well, we had a little bit. You qualified what? You were 10th, so you started pole on the feature.
Oh yeah, I got lucky there. That was
Yeah, yeah.
I had a pretty abysmal qualifying. I blew my third lap, which was half a tenth up at least. But I guess that worked in my favor. And then yeah, the heat was a thing.
Yes,
that
it
happened.
was. It was a thing that happened, and let's not even mention the fact that you don't have a pedal or a paddle shift.
Yeah, my downshift paddle broke at half an hour into practice. So I've been downshifting with what was my VR headset reset button. So it's think about like the pit limiter button on most F1 wheels, the one opposite that, on the other side of that.
So right in the
Been
middle of your
using-
steering wheel. Good lord.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, man. Like the equivalent of honking every time you want to downshift.
Yeah, pretty much actually. So that was a thing throughout the race that I feel like my braking zones were probably 20 feet further back because of it. I couldn't get downshift at the rate I wanted to. And I missed a couple, so I took a couple of corners pretty deep, but I somehow managed to only put it into the wall once, so that was good. And during
Impressive. Just wow.
And during the race, there were 3 or 4 incidents that just happened right in front of me, and like I was already in the braking zone, so it's can't brake harder than you already are. But I got lucky that the one that did the most damage, I was right in the pit window, so I just took my one stop. And I had really terrible front tires, so I just took fronts only. and I was really surprised that I wasn't farther back, but I just went into endurance racer mindset and like keep the car clean, keep the car clean. So
Yeah, it
uh,
seems to have paid off
Yeah.
because you had a good run early. You ran into some issues, you fell back, and then you just, like you said, you kept it clean and then got right back up to the top and ended up on the podium.
yep, yeah. I really wanted to push to catch the front back because I could see with me hanging back, we were doing about the same pace up until I had to pass some back markers. But I knew I had an extra, half a second to 7/10 in my pocket. But I just had to. I knew that if I pushed and had to pass back markers at the same time, I was just gonna put the car on the wall, and it wasn't worth it. So I just settled in for third, possibly fourth. But yeah, it was a good it was a good race once the start when post start. So
Once everything settled down, it
Yeah.
became,
yeah,
pretty,
Once we got
yeah.
spread out
yeah,
for sure. Yeah. No.
yeah.
Absolutely.
My
Well,
my brain is definitely fried.
hey, mine too. Awesome. Well, that was a great job, Thornton. I was very much surprised to see you kind of rebound the way that you did. I was kind of like, well,
Yeah.
Thornton's junk after that one incident, and then pit cycle happens, and then wait, he's in third. Wait, what? Holy cow! So congratulations, man. That was way to work through the fire and the flames, literally. Absolutely crazy. So thanks for coming out, and I'm glad you did find a way to have some fun tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Silk, I'm going to overrule your picking.
Mm.
Morgan's got to go soon, so I want to get him in
Yep.
here next. So let's say hi to Mr.
Bring
Morgan.
him in.
I think he's
Are you
here.
there?
Yeah, he's there.
There we
Hello.
go.
Hey
Oh,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good sound effect to make. I think you're on point. Yeah, that's good. I'm just like, oh man. I mean, like you see it like wreck people, getting in incidents early and everything, and then just watching you guys push towards the end of the race and the cars just falling apart. And I'm just, oh man, that was stressful for me, man. How was your race, Morgan?
It's interesting. First and foremost, the trying to work your way around the qualifying pace to fall in a favorable area is a tougher game than it seems. Because that
That was
didn't
my
work.
question. That was my question because we talked about this last week and you were like, "Oh, maybe I'll try and do that," because Jimmy just iced it. And I was like, "No, Morgan, we like watching you go through the field. That's been your signature." And when I saw that, I was like, "Morgan better not be. He's in 10th right now. He better not be playing that game." And then you dropped to like 12th and I think you made it back up to 11th or something, I don't know. And I was like, "No, he did not."
Yeah, I lifted apparently way too soon, but I knew this was a place that, as you saw, passing here is all very, very difficult.
Mhm.
There's a lot of tracks where it's really difficult, but here especially just because there's zero margin for error, and there's a lot of places where two cars can't fit. Uh, so I tried.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that's how qualifying went. The sprint was the sprint. I mean, stuff happens, no worries there. And then the feature uh, started off really well until it went really wrong.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, getting forced three wide into turn one just doesn't work because I had a
Doesn't
choice
work
to
at all.
either
Yeah.
try to filter in the middle or I take out the person to the left or the right. But there was no making it. And I think after that, I got in the wrong mindset and things kind of fell apart for sure when first and second collected each other on the back straight, and I had to pit because of damage.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of instances and everything where drivers that normally are just right on it. I mean, an inch one way or another way, and it was rough, man. I was going through some fingernails for sure up here trying to make things happen with the trying to put on a broadcast while simultaneously race controlling and trying to sort through everything. But I don't really have any questions for you, man, because I think I know pretty much the answer to everything I would ask you. But I will say this: I appreciate the way everything was handled tonight. I know things definitely didn't go your way as well as a lot of other people. Plenty of instances where you could have queued up the mic and said something that you might have regretted later, or done something that you might have regretted later, and everyone just chose not to do that. Again, I can't express enough how much I appreciate that from a admin, race control, but also general race enjoyer standpoint. I look forward to next week some more racing with maybe some more room for you guys to actually put your skills to the test and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, I chose not to say anything, so I've sent my formal complaint in the mail, so you should see that probably tomorrow.
Oh God.
Yeah. I will say
Well-
on the point of just keeping it internal while things may not be going the way you want. I mean, it's definitely easy to get upset, and can't say that I'm not upset at some things in the race, but at the same time, it's hard to say anything without seeing it, because I think we've all been there where we felt a very particular way, and then we see the replay and we're like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. So
Yeah, I may have done that a few times.
yeah. So I will always try to keep my my thoughts to myself until I can make sure that I don't have the wrong assumption. So I'm super glad to be racing with a bunch of people that decide to do the same thing, because I know things happened all over the track, and I think it's really cool that people at least were able to reserve judgment until they looked at the incidents.
Yep, and I hope everybody gets an opportunity too to work things out. I mean, I'm not saying don't even bring it up, but I mean, talking it out with the other person, I think, is always way better too. So get a chance, wait a day, maybe some messages go out in the morning. I hope it doesn't hit my desk till tomorrow. Tomorrow would be a better day. So thanks, Morgan. And Will, you had
I
something?
think, yeah, I think we need to call out. I mean, Wally's here before he has to go. The superstar class act move that Morgan did.
Yes. Yep. Go for it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, we talked about the proper reentry into tracks and stuff like that or whatever. And I mean, it just so happened. I don't remember if we were watching it or if we went back to the replay or what. But even Get Some in chat had called it out. And that was textbook, class act move that Morgan made. He's still trying to make his way through the pack or whatever, and and he pulls that and was like, yeah, I made a mistake, I did something happened, and instead of just rushing back out there, he sat on it, let things slide, and let people around or whatever, and just did the thing, like you had said in the beginning.
So I think he's referencing Morgan at the end of the back straight, right before, I think, one of your last incident where you spun and crashed into the wall and that hard broke your car. And I
Yeah.
really pointed out and wanted to express that once the car had spun out and hit the wall backwards, you let it roll off the racing line and parked it, stopped it out of the way, so that at no point were anybody else ever in danger of coming into contact with you, even before you ultimately towed. And I just again want to highlight that even in crashing, even in the unfortunate events, you can separate people that are new to it and the people that have really come a long way and know what they're doing. So I can't thank you enough for that. I'm sure there was a bunch of instances of this happening tonight, but that's just one of them that I happened to catch. Fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it. But thank you for leading by example tonight, Morgan. That was fantastic.
Hey, no problem. I want to be the last one to take anybody out and ruin their race. So, once the car is gone, all I think about is getting out of the way. And I saw some other folks doing it as well. So, thanks for the shout. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. So my forceful pick is over. I don't think anybody else is on a clock unless they are, in which case, please send me a message. Send your mail now so it gets to me by tomorrow. Uh, so who's next? Well, I think you've got looks like 3 victims left. Contestants.
Yeah, we'll talk to those two here in a minute, but I wanted to point out another superstar, at least in my eyes, superstar. Logan Key had a fantastic run tonight, and I just wanted to, talk about his climb. I mean, he started, I don't know, I remember where he started, but he gained 6 spots and ended in P7. And I just wanted to hear, Logan Key, how was your race tonight?
I stayed out of the walls and no one hit me.
It literally is all it takes on a race like tonight sometimes, man. That's fantastic. Oh God. Yeah, we were talking about it, Logan. There was some chitter chatter back and forth during the race and everything, but your name didn't come up too much, which I think tonight was a good thing. But we saw you even up there
Right.
at one point chasing down a Leighton, looking to try to get yourself into P6. So just would you consider this maybe to be one of your better tracks tonight, Logan? As the pace that you had just seemed amazing, or do you
Yeah,
think it was just staying out of the wall that helped you get there?
yeah. Yeah, so the Leighton thing was a strategic part by me. He came out of the pits right behind me. I let him pass the first opportunity I could and just followed his trail the entire time. So my goal was to have him push both of us up to that fourth and fifth spot. Unfortunately, we had some lap traffic that broke us apart, but it was fun following him for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it was very good run. I was watching it very closely, and I called it out too when you guys started making your run. It looked like you guys were heading to the podium, and I was watching you very tightly. I was like, man, there goes Logan. You know, he's making his move. And when I mentioned it in the stream, Bull was like, yeah, I think this might be one of his best laps. But the you say it was strategy to stay with him. How did you come across that? I mean, did that just happen by chance, or did you
Yeah,
plan that?
no, it was perfect timing. I saw him come out of the pits right behind me, and with him just being faster overall, I figured if I could just stay on his ass for, most of the time he'll climb spots, and if I can just stick right behind him, I'll climb spots as well. So that was my goal going into it.
Follow the
Right
Leighton.
on.
I love it. Well, Leighton, if you're watching, shout out. Congrats tonight, man. Drove Logan to victory in P7 tonight. So good stuff. Thanks,
Yeah,
Logan.
other than that, it was yeah, the not racing the heat was kind of nice because I had a phone call, so I was on the phone the entire time. So
Oh man.
He's
yeah,
like, man,
I
I can do
lucked
this.
lucked out there.
Under
But
dang
yeah,
caution the whole time.
other than that, yeah, that was my first street track I've ever driven in iRacing, so that was crazy.
Well, with everything that went on tonight and all the opportunities there were to make mistakes and completely knock yourself out of any contention of anything salvageable, I have to say, I think you did absolutely fantastic tonight. So congrats, Logan. I'm glad that your phone call ended before the feature, and I'm glad that your pedals did not collapse on you this time either. That would have been much
No,
more
no,
embarrassing.
that's I've got that part taken care of. I'm good there. So no, I appreciate it. Yeah, and to everyone else, I'm glad. Again, what Morgan was saying, that everyone just kind of kept their lips shut. Maybe, maybe just didn't hit that push to talk button, which definitely makes it a better experience for everyone.
I was gonna say they weren't shut, but I wasn't pushing the button.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey, man,
it's okay to vent.
I
Just
can't.
don't vent on the open
I
mic.
can't tell you not to be
exactly.
mad. I can just tell you maybe not to share your feelings, and I can't tell you how much I
Exactly.
appreciate that because I was not happy either. But all we could do. So appreciate it. Thanks, Logan. Well, you have now 3 victims again because I found another one.
Yeah,
Walking
I
outside,
saw, and
knocking
that's fine.
some beers down.
That's fine, and we'll give them a minute because I got these
I
two
do need a
Texas
minute to
boys
grab
in
one.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, give me one too, Jimmy. Give me one too. We got these Texas boys in here that we want to talk to tonight.
Oh yeah, we got 2 of them. Look at that.
Mhm.
Corey, Danny.
That's us. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Man, what a fun night.
Gosh, it's so nice to hear that. That's so nice to hear that.
Minus everything. No, it was really fun. We come here for good racing, and that's what we see. It could be a rocky start, rocky finish, no matter what. You always see pretty good racing in between.
Right on, right on. At one point, we had done a call out. We called out to chat. Get some is usually really good with that. And I was like, man, every week we see more and more of these dang Texas boys up in here. Let's get a count. And so we went through the roster and we counted up. And we got 4 and get some. Yep, there's 4 of them in there. And sure enough, there was a 5th one snuck in there that we caught towards the end.
He's back. Heberly got his wheelbase back. And it was unfortunate timing. He got it right after Sebring, but he did get it back. We were communicating all day, like, "Hey, did you get it? Are you trying to run this league tonight?" And he was able to get off work around 5, get it all set up, and join practice at 6. after not racing for like 2 weeks.
Oh man, that's excellent.
But
And now
he had fun.
for Bull's sanity, I'm gonna need you to pronounce his full name for him.
Oh God.
No, you.
I mean, he tried once. What did you say it was there, Ben?
I'm curious. I gotta hear this.
Haberly Telemake is what I said.
That's it. Yeah, that's what you said.
Okay, it's actually Smith.
Oh.
No,
The T
no, yeah,
silent.
that's on the key, yeah. Telemake.
Oh, Elamake?
Either or.
Okay.
We call him Heb because we can't pronounce the first name either.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That works. That works. There was 5 of you guys in here tonight. Corey, nice to see you back again. Been missing you the last couple of weeks, but good run. Danny, you had an exciting time tonight. Made your way back up to P4, just off podium, was racing down Thornton. How did the end of that turn out?
Oh man, I couldn't get past him. Just waiting for a mistake the whole time. At one point, I think we were both trying to be Ross Chastain, and we binged it off the wall. But it was at the same exact corner, and so I just had to fall into pace behind him, and he never gave me an opportunity.
Yeah, we watched you try and put a move on him a few times, actually.
I had some in turn one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It just didn't turn out. Yeah. Yeah. Good racing though. Fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun for sure. Corey, do you want to tell him we got P2 at Sebring? Or should I? Oh, oops.
I'll let you do that one.
Well done. Well done.
Nice segue. Nice segue.
And the other thing that he's failing to mention is that his other team came in first too. So.
Oh
wow. Those guys aren't here right now. It's me and you, man. Yeah, no, we did the craziest thing. Never thought to do it. So Corey needed a teammate for LMP2 for Sebring. So myself and another teammate, Tyler, we started the LMDH time slot 2. We were split 5. We won that while simultaneously racing with Corey in time slot 3.
Wow.
And ended up P2.
That's impressive.
That was like double duty, man. Congratulations. That's wild.
Oh, Corey was godsend saving us when we were tired.
Oh, man. Well, that's awesome. So I've only got one question. Bringing it off topic again because I can. Corey, you're playing Minecraft right now. Is it modded? I gotta know.
No, it's actually just my Xbox running for my brother.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you're about to make or break your relationship with Will here. If it's not modded, you guys aren't gonna be able to talk anymore.
I was about to excommunicate you right there.
I have done a lot of mods, ones that are just the absolute screw you to the bone, where you can die within 5 minutes of hunger, stupid stuff like that, But
yep, I know what you mean.
Yeah, he plays the same ones.
Better than wolves, stupid stuff like that. Yeah, I've done it.
Can you mod Long Beach to be a little wider?
Yeah.
I was gonna put C4 in the middle of the track, but
grass would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get my construction crew out there.
Yeah,
there we go.
Danny was probably trying to talk about how you could mod more weight in everybody else's cars so you could pass some people.
I had a couple people in mind.
Is it everybody that finished in front of you?
I mean, I didn't keep track, but I have some names. I don't know where
That's okay, Danny. Listen, rewatch the stream and watch the beginning, and you'll hear all of the adjustments we made just for you, right? Just for you.
I'm so glad you guys listen to your drivers.
Wait, is that why my front tires were dying so
quick?
No. Hey, that's be quiet, guys.
Jimmy was pissed. Jimmy was pissed the most. He didn't have any damn cup holders. That's unfortunate.
No, I was pissed we had fast repairs. I was trying to go to Hooters after that wreck on like lap 8 or 9, but I had to finish the race. I was passing that thing in turn 1 every lap. I was like, man, what am I doing?
Oh God, I can't breathe.
Real quick before I got to take off, I just wanted to give a shout out to one of our teammates, Elliot. who joined January. He's our youngest member, and he's been running every single team event since he joined. Just wanted to give a shout out to him since he was watching real fast.
Right on.
Right on. Elliot, hey, welcome to the stream. And I'm going to tell you, Danny, if you keep adding more and more of your Texas boys, we're going to start charging you.
Yep.
Just you. Not them, just you.
I'm gonna have to start bringing the
I'll be
BBR guys
certified
over
now.
here. I don't know.
Oh God. We're gonna start having gang fights and cheering.
Hey, you in the wrong turf, fool.
Yeah.
Adding team points to the races.
There you
We're
go.
only
Team
good
call.
at turning left though. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's not team racing, it's gang racing. It's different.
Shut up, fool.
I love it. Oh yeah, well
Good stuff. Yeah,
shout out
bring
to
all your
Elliot.
boys out.
Yeah, bring him out, man. Get some in here too, man. I'd like his live commentary. I need to get him up here in the booth at some point.
Right, for real.
Love it. Good stuff. Well, Will, there is only but one more. Better late than never.
There is. Yep, we'll start with the beginning of the stream. I said, Jimmy, you're getting that EOL because I told you, you've been told before, we had to physically remove 4 cup holders out of your cockpit before you qualified. 4 of them. And it's like, no, can't do it. Too many. Just too many, Jimmy.
There
it is. Perfect. Excellent timing.
I had to turn off the expression for that. Okay.
The things he does for us, right? Oh
Right,
gosh.
right. I love it. Good
So-
stuff, Jimmy. I mean, as always, good racing. You had some issues, you had some things to work through, but I mean, you're Jimmy Hayden, so that's just kind of what you do. You and Sean both, you just kind of do the thing. So
And one of us
I know
did the
you.
thing tonight.
The other one might have taken a break. I think Sean ran out of faster pairs.
I already talked to him
Yeah.
after the race. It's all good. We're over it.
Yeah.
All good.
Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, a little disappointed, but disappointed's the word because you preach, hold your brakes, all this stuff, and we expect everything to be the same across the board, but it's okay. Shit happen. Oh, sorry. Dream.
We already
Stuff
said we've
happens.
already cursed like 4 or 5 times. Listen, I checked
Yeah.
the not for kids box, so it's all good, dude.
Yeah, it happens, and I'm not mad about it anymore.
So how many
Like,
beers did it take though? Like what number are we on right now? Like
oh, this is number 1. You guys just reminded me to go get one. So.
oh, okay, good.
No, I was yeah, I'm over. I don't let that stuff get to me anymore. Like it's it is what it is. I did better than I expected to. I bought the track yesterday afternoon, ran about like 6 laps, watched a YouTube video on it, and I was like, okay, I'm about a second off the pace. I think that's where I'm just gonna be. Like I'm okay with being like between 5th and 10th at this place. And then ended up being like, I don't know where I was like in practice, but I was like running like top 5 laps, like only like maybe a couple tenths off of Morgan. I was like, dang, I might be in this race. So obviously we're not gonna talk about the heat race, but I ended up making a couple spots up there.
Wait, there was a heat race?
And I ended up starting 4th. Morgan got a big jump on me. I saw the 9 car coming up on my left. I'm like, I'm not going 3-4 wide to turn 1. I'm just gonna let it happen, and I know where I'm just gonna do my best to make it out of this alive. Thankfully, I probably got the best out of all of them, except for maybe the 9 car who got ahead. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying his name just to mess with them. But
You love Sean.
we're all good. So, yeah. But yeah, and then he was telling me he got some damage from one of those other, like the guy he was battling with. Put him in the fence, and then he put him back in the fence. The car was damaged, and he spun out on his own, and the rest is history. But I
It looked like a
just had to
WWE
fix the
fight
car
a little
and
bit, to
hope
be
for top 10. So that's where I ended up, and
I think I
can't
saw the
complain,
people's elbow like 3 times for P1. Honest with you, that's
Yeah, I was. We were. Morgan got by me because I had a slowdown, and Morgan and Storzen.
Yeah, I saw that. We thought you were pulling off to grab a fast beer off the wall as we took off the
No,
car.
I had a brain fart and I forgot that like if you encroach over the pit road line, you gotta slow down.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna say, where could you exceed track limits? They kind of built a solid
the
barrier called a wall.
blue line all the way to turn one on the outside.
Yeah.
If you creep into the pit exit, you'll get a shortcut penalty. So
Makes sense, man.
so brain fart, let them buy poor stores and got unfortunate accident. I don't think there was any intention or anything there, but
No, it was a jam up. It's all good.
but then I was just hanging with Morgan because like I could tell he was maybe a little flustered after the start because he was kept like putting himself in the fence and stuff like that, and like I was doing the same thing behind him. Like we were both like kind of just like getting after it, and we could smell blood, and
Yep.
we both I think all of the leaders got kind of borked in whatever turn that was, but yeah, I made the best of it. I still finished 8th, so
Yeah.
still better than what I expected to be, I guess, but not after practice, I guess. I was kind of hoping to have a shot to win, but it's okay.
You did Jimmy things, and I did see you sliding across the road a lot more than normal. So I thought Drift King was back tonight, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Then the walls came into play.
Yeah. I know you can score.
Hey man, the start of Tokyo Drift, he was smashing the hell out of the wall. He's knocking them down.
He was, man. You're totally right. The only issue is it's week 4, so figure it out. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
We'll find out a way to turn off traction control next week, and
Yeah. That's what I need. No, you're totally right, Jimmy. Let's turn off traction control after this week and what happened
Well,
tonight. Totally agree.
we were saying like it's like obviously a fixed setup is the way to go for this league, but it makes it so you can't adjust traction control, and being able to toggle it and turn it off at this place would have made like turning the cars around when they spin out a lot easier.
Yep.
But obviously the only way to do that's with open setups, and we don't want
Right.
to go that way. So we made the most of it, and it's all good.
Yep. Nope. I think we just move on to week 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, could have gone a hell of a lot worse. So I mean,
Yeah.
we
Well, I mean,
did the best
that's
we
on the
could.
drivers. To be honest with you, I mean that's your
Yeah, I
guys'
think everyone was a little like flustered after the heat race.
Yeah, but I think they also could have done a whole lot worse, to be honest with you. I mean, I think everybody really.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there was like, given the circumstances on the track, there was plenty of give and take, at least from my perspective. But
Yep.
I think going into week 5, Jimmy, we may give you one of your cup holders back. Maybe.
Yeah,
We'll
man,
see. We'll see.
I don't know, man. I'm a new man. I don't really like drinking during the week, but
Well, maybe he
this
can
kind
put
of
his
stuff.
Daytona 500 trophy in there. But listen, Jimmy's not getting any
Hey,
cup
I
holders
got it
back.
right next to me all the time.
I figured you did. Jimmy's not getting any cup holders back until Will gets his red stapler back. All right. So last question for you, Jimmy, before we cut it for tonight. We gonna see you tomorrow night?
Yeah, man. I gotta make up for my drop week and sloppy performance at Watkins Glen, so I gotta get back. I gotta put a beating on him.
Oh boy. So
Here we
it's Jimmy
go.
Hayden. It's week 4. It's Auto Club. I mean, what else do you guys want tomorrow night on PTM Racing TV? I'm gonna be there. I don't have a choice, but you should be too, probably for other reasons. So, but yeah, no, thanks Jimmy. Thanks everybody that came up. Will, thank you especially for trying to bring my insanity levels down a little bit. Working through
Right
this
on.
tonight. It's a community, like I said. After all, it takes everyone, not just one person doing something. So, thanks everybody that joined in tonight, and we'll see you all tomorrow night for some left turns at Auto Club Speedway. Have a good night, everybody.